Welcome into Banana Ball, live on ESPN. We come to you from College Station, Texas, where over 102,000 fans have converged on Kyle Field, the 6th largest stadium in the world, to witness the Savannah Bananas take on the Texas Tailgaters. And you couldn't dream up a better pitching matchup as the number 3 overall draft pick, Chris Clark, gets the ball for the Gators, while the Bananas counter with the number 4 overall pick, Austin Drury. Two former minor league arms dueling in the biggest game in Banana Ball history. We have that and so much more to discuss here on our 2026 Banana Ball World Tour pre-show presented by DQ. DQ, happy tastes good. And boy, does it feel good to have these fellas in the booth with me as we welcome you inside with Josh Talevsky, the statistical savant of our sport, Brett Loftus, the voice of the Texas Tailgaters. I am Biko Scala. Happy Saturday night here in virtual Banana Land. Just 2 nights ago, these two teams did battle in front of the smallest crowd in Banana Ball history, and holy moly, did the Tailgaters put a whooping on these Nanners.
I don't think it's an underestimation to say that is the single most complete game any team's played in Banana Ball this year. But the Texas Tailgaters in their complete existence. 15 trick plays. K-Mark sends one out of the yard. 5 points to nothing. The Bananas only scored 1 run in the whole game. The Texas Tailgaters complete and utter domination on Thursday night in front of just 1,000 people at Navasota High School.
But this Savannah Bananas team, it still is the number 1 team in the sport, looking to stop a 2-game losing streak, though.
Yeah, that's right. They still have the best record in the Banana Ball Championship League, and they're sending Austin Drury to the mound. And the Bananas have won every single game that Drury has started for them. So they feel awfully confident when he's getting the ball from the get-go. And this offense, it may be scuffling as of late, but it's just 185 feet to the left field foul pole, albeit with 50-foot nets courtesy of Netting Pros. I think it'll aid that Bananas offense.
Well, let's take a quick look back in time at what happened 2 nights ago, just 30 minutes down the road at Navasota High School. Bunker Field had 1,000 fans on hand, no tickets required, just the first 1,000, and boy, they got to see Kyle Martin, the best hitter in all of April, do his thing. That was his 5th long ball here in April, earning Player of the Month honors.
And his 6th on the year, which now leads the Banana Ball Championship League. And the first trick play of me belongs to the trick play leader in Banana Ball, Jonathan Sunshine Looters. How many times did he bounce it off the leg? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, Josh Talevsky.
And that's a record for the most kick juggles we've ever seen. So they ride that momentum into the bottom half of the 2nd inning, and it's Taylor Justice striking against the Savannah Bananas yet again this season. Walks off the frame against Cowboy Kyle Lewings and is now up to 6 walk-offs this season, leading all players.
But when it comes to Brett Sanchez and the Texas Tailgaters, they were cooking. Indiana Stanley, Texas tornado warning here in the Lone Star State. 3rd trick play of the ball game for the Gators, and the Nanners trying for a counterpunch. They would get it with a little jolt from their designated fielder, Alex Ziegler, kicking off the bottom of the 3rd with a daring between the legs trick play on a high chopper, and then Jackson Olsen keeping the trick play momentum going. Fielded and thrown between the legs. Ziggy behind the back off of Mac Danford in a jeans, boots, and old button-down shirt get up after the walk-up. And then how about Ryan Cox, the glove magician, making it a 5 trick play inning, doubling up there with Ziggy again.
Yeah, most trick plays the Bananas have had in a single inning this season, but the Texas Tailgaters immediately responded. Jordan Barth, Jordan Hussein, they've got the double trick play. And then how about Kyle Jackson? Another one skied in the air. It's Looters and Hussein with the pair of trick plays.
Bucket, 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 bucket right there in those last 2 highlights. And then what about this? 5, 4, 3, bucket. Sonny at 2nd. That's 5 trick plays in about 15 seconds. That's how quick the Texas Tailgaters took over the trick play lead, and they never relinquished it on Thursday night. And then to just add on into the lead in the ball game, got to get a runner in scoring position. Welcome to the action again. Kyle Martin says I'm 33 years old, but I'm still nimble as all get out. As he narrowly narrowly evades the tag. I think he's been doing some water aerobics. Next pitch, Jordan Barth didn't even need to swing the bat. He walks it off to make it a 3-0 lead for the Tailgaters.
Truly one of the most acrobatic slides I've seen in my young broadcasting career there from Kmart. And then Stanley out in center field, flashing the leather, taking a hit away from his counterpart. And Jordan Hussein on the mic with us, putting a close to 6 scoreless innings from Brett Sanchez, who dazzled once again.
And with 10 trick plays induced as well. And speaking of trick plays, you saw them from the pitchers as well. A pistol squat strikeout from Brett Allen coming into relief, but then the very next batter, Bill Leroy, does his signature walk up from the ground and goes deep on the 1-1 pitch for the first run of the night for the Savannah Bananas. Second home run of the regular season for Leroy, and then he went right back into the crowd to celebrate with the youngsters.
That would be the only run the Bananas would score in the whole ball game, as the Tailgaters made up for it with 2 in the home half there. Cal Martin yet again. Book it, unction. Cal Martin made it 4-0. And then my good friend from Austin, Texas, Jimmy Lewis, strands 2 in scoring position to set up another walk-off opportunity, and another ball four sprint does the trick. 5-0 after 8 frames. The Tailgaters led it.
That was Taylor Justice's second walk-off of the game. Tor leading 6th on the year, and then Hussein with the barehanded snag in the 9th. Just for fun, Jonathan Luters, get yourself another trick play as Reese Miller completes the shutout of the Savannah Bananas. And how about that? After the Nanners took the first 3 games this year against the Tailgaters have responded with 3 straight wins against the Savannah Bananas. Very impressive stuff. And speaking of impressive stuff, how about the Aprils from Kyle Martin and Brett Sanchez? Not very often you see the same team produce both players of the month.
Kyle Martin, I mean, we've seen it in that highlight tape. He almost single-handedly powered the offense on Thursday night, but he's done that the entire month of April. 5 of his 6 home runs came in April, hit 500. I mean, he's just incredible. 3 walk-offs as well in the home game. Brett Sanchez, though, Josh, I mean, you look at these stats. 18 strikeouts, only 2 ball 4 sprints in 3 appearances. A special month that may not be matched for the rest of the year in Banana Ball.
And look, we mentioned trick pitch strikeouts just a couple minutes ago. Brett Sanchez, 3 of his 18 strikeouts, they were trick pitch Ks, and you saw the 0.71 earned run average. This guy, he didn't start the season in the Texas Tailgaters rotation. Now with some 3-game series getting mixed in, he has moved into that rotation, and I don't think he is going anywhere anytime soon. He's been utterly dominant.
We have seen the Bananas and Tailgaters do battle here in 2026 more than any other teams here in the Banana Ball Championship League. It started on that grand conclusion in Tallahassee and Doe Campbell Field. The Bananas outslugged the Tailgaters with that 5-3 win, and then they were able to survive and sweep that 2-game set up in Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill. But it was the Banana Ball Open Final where the Tailgaters flipped the script, swept that Open Final, clinched that playoff berth, and then, of course, the 5-0 win we saw 2 nights ago.
And I think the evolution of the Tailgaters this year has been the evolution of the season. You look, only 3 trick plays on opening night in Tallahassee. You hit 3 home runs, but again, you're only able to produce 3 points. You go to Chapel Hill, you gave 1 away in game 1. Game 2, domination. The Banana Ball Championship League Open. What a weekend. 3 straight wins, those last 2 coming over the Bananas, and then Navasota High School, complete domination. It's been the evolution of the Tailgaters throughout the year, and a microcosm has been against the boys in yellow.
And the offense evolved in April for the Tailgaters. They batted .335 in that month with 11 home runs. That is certainly what propelled them to some key victories against the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, what an impressive month for the Tailgaters. The only team that has already clinched a spot in the playoffs thanks to that Banana Ball Open title. When we return, we will be talking about this star-studded pitching matchup and hearing from Austin Drury himself.
Also at shortstop, wearing number 4, he's pretty and he's gritty, Kyle KJ Jackson. At second base, wearing number 9, the Dougie Man, Max John Goldberg. Also at second base, wearing number 8, the greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. first base, our bat trickster and balance extraordinaire, Alex Ziggy Ziegler. On the mound, please make some noise for our celebrity DJ of the night, Diplo. And behind the plate, on the mic, wearing number 1, myself, Bill Leroy. Something big is happening. Something big, I feel it happening out of my control. Pushing, pulling, and it's grabbing me. Feel it in my bones like oh, 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 oh. Something big is happening. Oh, 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 oh.
Welcome back to Banana Ball live on ESPN. We are less than 20 minutes away from first pitch tonight here in Kyle Field. And let's take a look at the aces we've got on the bump here tonight, because it does not get any better than this. It is Austin Drury and Chris Clark, both tied for second on the tour with those 24 strikeouts. The ERA sterling, and both with over 20 innings pitched. I mean, this is as good as it gets.
I mean, these guys are certainly front runners for Rookie of the Year at the moment and Pitcher of the Year as well. Both of these guys rank in the top 10 in earned run average in Banana Ball. And you see the ERA plus numbers. 100 is what you consider league average. Drury more than 2 times better than the tour average pitcher. Chris Clark has been more than 4 times better when you look at earned run average alone. I mean, these guys have really proven why they were both first-round selections in the Banana Ball player draft.
Well, you've got to combine 12 years of minor league experience between these guys, and the similarity between the two, it's just an uncomfortable plate appearance, as you'll see through these Chris Clark highlights.
I think they're the 2 most uncomfortable ABs for any batters in all of the sport. 22 1/3. You mentioned the ERA plus, you mentioned the strikeouts. The ERA, 1.61. That's great in baseball, but in a league in Banana Ball where the ERA, the average ERA is up near 7 this year, that is exceptional. Doesn't get much better than that in only 6 ball, 4 sprints. Chris Clark does not issue out free passes, and therefore he gets a lot of outs, gets a lot of strikeouts, and also top 10 in trick plays induced as well. Chris Clark is maybe the single most major league ready player in his previous baseball life that has ever come to Banana Ball, not named Jackie Bradley Jr.
100%. I mean, he was up there at AAA in Des Moines, and if not for injuries, I think he would have got a shot in Wrigley Field for the Chicago Cubs. But boy, are we blessed to have him here in Banana Land. When it comes to Austin Drury, this is a guy who spent 5 years in the Los Angeles Dodgers organization, was part of that legendary Tulsa Drillers rotation that was throwing the most high velocity pitches in all of affiliated baseball. They were at AA doing that, and Drury has hit the ground running here in Banana Land.
And look, he fell out of the Dodgers organization because he allowed a few too many walks, and he was certainly disappointed in that. And he really took it personally, and you've seen what an effective strike thrower he is in Banana Ball. He has just a 3.3% ball four sprint rate this season. That is the second lowest mark of any pitcher in the Banana Ball Championship League. So you just expect a lot of strikes when AD's on the mound, and he's got a great mix of velocities as well.
Let's hear from the very man himself. Austin Drury sat down a little while ago with Sam Bauman.
Well, guys, Austin Drury, he's going to be pretty busy on the mound tonight, so we figured let's get him off his feet for a little bit. Let him enjoy the view that 102,000 other folks are going to be taking in today. AD, when you hear the number, 102,000, how's it hit you?
You know, it doesn't hit me physically yet, but I just feel extremely grateful to just hear that number and just know that we're going to perform in front of that and put on a show for them. It's extremely humbling. So,
AD, you're a guy who decided to drop out of school, bet on yourself, let's go pro ball. When you made that decision, did you ever think, hey, I'll be at Kyle Field one day playing in front of the biggest crowd in Banana Ball history?
You know, I made that decision out of heart. I really love this game, but never did I think once I'd be playing in front of half the people, let alone 102,000 at a football stadium in Texas.
Now, I know I was talking to your buddy, Max Young Goldberg. He said a little nerves for this, maybe this left porch over here. Did you get sleep last night knowing that, just down the line there?
Perfect sleep, but it was right when I woke up. I pulled up Instagram and I see the porch. So, you know, it is what it is. We're playing at a level playing field. Both teams have it. So you just got to work with it.
AD, no home runs tonight. You think maybe end of the year you'll have 102,000 Instagram followers?
You know what? That's a blessing if I do. You know, we love the fans, so that's all I can say.
Yeah. He's competing with Grant Besser. Get this guy some follows. July 1st. Yeah, hey, he's got to go pitch, though. I guess we should give our seats up for the other fans. They'll show up. In fact, I think they're just about here. Guys?
Thank you very much, SB. Yeah, I think that was a wise decision, my friend. When we come back, we're going to get to hear from the Tailgaters skipper, Joe Mikulik, on why this is such an emotional night.
Batters may not step out of the batter's box. If they do, it will get called a strike. Rule number 8, there are no mound visits. Rule number 9, the banana ball challenge rule. During the game, each team has an opportunity to challenge one umpire call per game. And if that's not enough for you, Vince, not only do the players and coaches get to challenge your authorities, so do the fans. Your fan challenge representative, he won the Tailgater Gauntlet earlier today. Who was our fan challenge tonight, Garrett?
That would be Christian there, Vincent Chapman. Christian.
He doesn't like to be challenged, no. Rule number 10, the golden batter rule. Once per game, each team can take any hitter in their lineup and have them bat in any spot. And finally, the most fans first rule of them all. College Station, I gotta ask you, did you bring your gloves with you tonight? That is good, because if any of you fans catch a foul ball in this game, it counts for an out. And the first fan to catch a foul ball for an out will win free Dairy Queen for their entire row. And those are the rules of Banana Ball.
Alrighty, fans, we are mere moments away from a banana ball battle breaking out right here on Kyle Field. But first, we've got some beef to settle, which can only mean one thing. It's time for the Banana Ball Riff-Off. Each team will present one instrumentalist, and they will go head-to-head, and then it will be up to you, the fans, to decide who wins our riff-off. Without any further ado,
introducing first, making his way out of the Savannah Bananas dugout, hailing from the world-famous Banana Band, he is oozing sax appeal. Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back to our 2026 Banana Ball World Tour pre-show presented by DQ. DQ, happy, tastes good. And what a wonderful venue for Banana Ball. Kyle Field, the 6th largest stadium in the entirety of planet Earth. And let's take a little look at the history of this wonderful football stadium. It was built in 1927. That means this is year 100 for Kyle Field, and for the cool cost of just $650. Now, that would be over 12 grand today. Still feels like a steal to me. Renovated in 2014. Now, if you really want to build one of these things, that's $483 million. That makes a little bit more sense there. And the 12th man, that is what this fan base is called. It is widely regarded as the toughest fan atmosphere in all of college football.
I mean, yeah, you think about all of these teams in the Southeastern Conference coming to play Texas A&M. Nobody wants to be here, and the Bananas and Tailgaters, they're in for a lot of crowd noise tonight.
Joe Mikulik and his wife Candy know all about that, as Rex Castillo caught up earlier with our skipper and his wife.
Coming to Kyle Field was more of a homecoming for head coach Joe Mikulik. So instead of trying to get him out of the stands, we decided to keep him up here with the rest of the Aggies. Hey, Coach Joe Mikulik, as a lifelong Texas A&M fan, you decided to pursue pro ball. Look, was it ever a possibility, a thought, a dream that you could one day be playing and coaching on a diamond here at Kyle Field?
No, obviously not. This is a dream come true, and you know, gosh, all my years of minor league baseball and professional baseball, you know, I just wanted to get a shot to get to the big leagues, and it came up short, and, you know, to nobody's fault. But it's something that we deal with in real life. You deal with failures, you deal with things that you don't reach. But however, now with Banana Ball, Fans First Entertainment came calling, and with the help of my sweet dear wife, Candy, we're standing here today in front of 102,000 people, and I can't wait to get it started.
And as you mentioned, his dear sweet wife, Miss Candy, who is actually right here, and an Aggie herself, you know what this place means. There you go, there's the 12. You know what this place means to Aggies all over the world and to college football in general. Your worlds are colliding now. What is this like to experience that?
This is so exciting. When they announced this at the selection show last year, I thought this absolutely would be the biggest dream I could ever have. And so, yeah, it's awesome. I get to be here and watch Joe and the Texas Tailgaters, Savannah Bananas, at my home turf at Texas A&M. I couldn't be more excited.
And this story has one other beautiful twist. We don't get Coach Joe without Miss Candy telling him, hey, go try banana ball. You've done minor league ball. You've done pro ball for a long time. So simply, we have to thank Miss Candy for everything, don't we?
Absolutely. Well, there was a day I woke up and I said, I don't know if I can do this banana ball stuff. I think I'm going to stay with the Rockies, who took care of me for 15 years. I felt loyal to them. However, she looked at me with death in her eyes and said, no, you've got to go to banana ball. You've got to go to the Fans First Entertainment, because this is what it's all about.
That's the perfect way to say it. And basically, thank you, Miss Candy, for everything. For the Mikuliks, guys, let's send it back up to you. We're ready to play the biggest banana ball game in history.
No doubt about it, Rex. Thank you so much to Candy and Mick and everybody out there. The wife is always right. Candy, thank you so much again. I've said it a couple dozen times. We appreciate you immensely.
First, they are the world famous Banana Band. And now, the Texas Tailgate Band and Alice Z. Ziegler on the top deck of the Bananas. Your Bananas! Way up in the 400s, Her Royal Highness Princess Potassia!
In section 334, the Texas Two-Steppers. Up in section 347, the biggest tailgaters around, the Beefy Boys. The best trick rover in town in section 415, JJ Cash. The hungriest mascot in sports, it's Grub. And the world's strongest banana is Split.
And ladies and gentlemen, the greatest to ever go.
Welcome back to Banana Land. This week, how about Kyle Field with over 102,000 fans? Before we get that, let's get a look at our Banana Ball rules, brought to you by DQ.
Banana Ball is the fastest and most entertaining show in sports. And the 11 rules guarantee the most fans-first experience every second.
Unbelievable! Welcome to the Banana Ball Championship League!
Rule number 1, win the inning, win the point. The team that scores the most runs in an inning wins the point.
It's a walk-off winner to the deepest part of the field! Oh my goodness!
With the Equalizer Point, trick plays provide the away team an opportunity to earn a point going into the final inning. And in the final inning, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2, Banana Ball has a 2-hour time limit, guaranteeing that every game is fast-paced and action-packed. Rule number 3, no stepping out of the batter's box. If you do, it will result in a strike.
Max stepped out of the box, and because he stepped out of the box, that's it.
Rule number 4, no bunting, because bunting sucks. If you bunt, you'll be thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base.
Ball 3, Gideon taken off for first, throw from Leroy, in time!
Rule number 6, there's no walks. Walks are ball 4 sprints. The batter can advance as far as they want until every position player touches the ball.
Those defenders have touched the banana ball. It is a 4-base sprint to open up the ball game.
Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, foul balls caught by a fan count as an out.
Oh, they caught it! They did! They can't caught it on the third point! We're going to showdowns!
Rule number 9, the showdowns. In showdowns, the best of the best face off in the biggest moment. One hitter versus one pitcher with one fielder behind him. And the hitter has to score.
Deep to right center! See you later!
Rule number 10, the Banana Ball Challenge rule gives the coaches and you, the fans, a chance to impact a call on the field. Rule number 11, the golden batter. Once a game, each team can give any player an at-bat, regardless of the lineup. This offers the biggest matchups on the biggest stage.
Big on big. Gamer, let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Get out of here, ball! That thing had a family!
And those are the rules of Banana Ball.
To witness.
Now that we've got the 11 rules that turn baseball into banana ball, I think it's about time we get fired up with the rhinestone cowboy himself, Mr. Garrett Lampert, talking to over 102,000 fans. Garrett, what's going on down there?
To deliver a Texas-size beatdown to whoever lines up across from them. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, well, it looks like the Savannah Bananas are about to find out why you don't mess with Texas. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another night at the ballpark. No, this game is baseball by birth, but it's fruit by name and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. So now is the time for all 102,000 people here at Kyle Field to get up on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest pregame in sports, and it never ends. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball. Kyle Field, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Savannah Bananas. Leading off, the DH, number 19, Dan Oberg. Next, the third base, number 4, Kyle K.J. Jackson. Batting third, the catcher, number 1, Bill Leroy. In left field, number 15, we call him Rack, Robert Anthony Cruz. The extra hitter, number 5, DR, the Doc Meadows. At shortstop, number 6, our glove magician, Ryan Cox. Center fielder, number 2, Reese Superman Alexiades. At second base, number 8, our greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. The right fielder, number 18, he does it all, Danny Hosley. And at first base, number 9, Max Young Goldberg. On the mound for your Savannah Bananas, number 11, Austin Drury. Savannah Bananas are led by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Viro Virant, Ryan Kellogg, Bryce Stover, and Reggie the Legend Ortiz. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the starting lineup for the Texas Tailgaters! Leading off for the Texas Tailgaters, the DH number 9, Nick Lopez. The right fielder number 2, Zach Watson. The extra hitter number 27, Kyle Kmart Martin. At third base number 6, Jordan Barr. Over at first base, number 85, Taylor Justice. The left fielder, number 28, we call him Brother, Jose Gonzalez Jr. Second baseman, number 11, Mac Danford. The catcher, number 26, Taj, the Quad Father, Porter. Center fielder number 7, Indy Stanley. At shortstop number 5, Jordan Hussein. On the mound, number 44, Chris Clark. The Tailgaters are led by Joe Mikulik, assisted by Coach Penny and Love Shack Baby Bartman. The team is escorted by the Texas A&M Rodeo Team. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove your caps. Here to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem, please welcome to the field, Mateo Lopez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
One more time from the tail open.
It is the biggest game in banana ball history, and we bring it to you live on ESPN. Over 102,000 fans have filled Kyle Field, the 6th largest stadium in the world, to see the Savannah Bananas take on the Texas Tailgaters. It is an absolutely absurd scene here in College Station, Texas, as we welcome you inside with the statistical savant of banana ball, Josh Talevsky, and the voice of the Texas Tailgaters, Brett Loftus. I am Biko Scala. Happy Saturday night to you. Welcome into the biggest game in our young sports history. And just 2 nights after, the Texas Tailgaters, about a half an hour down the road in Navasota, Texas, beat the brakes off the Nanners 5-0 in the smallest game in banana ball history.
The single most impressive performance maybe this year on any team, but definitely the most complete performance in the history of the Texas Tailgaters. 5-0 victory, 15 trick plays, and only 1 run did the Savannah Bananas score, but no points. The most complete game those boys in blue and orange have ever played.
It means 2 straight losses now for the Bananas, but they are still 11-3 on the year. They have a 2.5 game lead over the Firefighters in first place, looking to right the ship here tonight.
They still feel very comfortable, even though they know this is the premier rivalry in 2026 between the Bananas and the Gators. And guys, we've got the loudest crowd ever, the shortest porch to left field ever. I cannot wait to see what happens throughout this banana ball game, as we've also got the best pitching matchup of the season.
Yeah, we have a lot to dig in, and we are so close to first pitch. Let's start with the Texas Tailgaters defensive alignment behind the big boy Chris Clark at the center of the diamond. Left to right in the outfield, it's Jose Gonzalez Jr., Indiana Stanley, and Zach Watson. Third to first in the infield, it's Jordan Barth, Jordan Hussein, then Jonathan Luters and Taylor Justice. Taj Porter is behind the plate, and the designated fielder for the Tailgaters is Mr. Luters, which is why you see him at second base from the get-go.
Yeah, Jonathan Sunshine Luters is going to play second base, presumably all 9 innings tonight. The designated fielder, he pitched it for the sport of banana ball this year, and it has been employed the most with him. Taj Porter, his battery mate, arguably the best starting pitcher this sport has to offer. A major league arm that has come to our lovely sport. The 3rd overall pick in the inaugural banana ball player draft, that man right there, Chris Clark. A 1.61 ERA, 3rd best in banana ball this year. 24 strikeouts, tied 2nd best, and only 6 ball 4 sprints. A 1.61 ERA is great in regular Major League Baseball. We're talking banana ball. His ERA plus is bonkers, Josh Talevsky.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what Clark's been able to do, and through his first 22 1/3 innings pitched, he still hasn't allowed a home run in his banana ball career. That certainly means something when you consider it's just 185 feet to that left field foul pole, albeit with 50-foot nets courtesy of netting pros.
Yeah, that is the shortest short porch in banana ball history, 5 feet shorter than it was in Death Valley in Clemson last April. And this Bananas starting lineup, presented by PNC Bank, has a very different look to it tonight than it has the previous 14 games this year. Dan Oberst at the top, followed by Kyle Jackson and Bill Leroy, all having fantastic seasons. Robert Anthony Cruz elevated to the cleanup spot. Then it's D.R. Meadows hitting 5th, the normal leadoff hitter, followed by Ryan Cox, who spent nearly every game in the 10-hole. Then Reese Alexiadis, Jackson Olsen, Danny Hosley, and Max Young Goldberg, who spent all 14 games in the 3-hole, now is hitting 2nd leadoff.
Yeah, it's a massive shakeup for the Bananas lineup, but Tyler Gillum said the whole thought process was to get quality ABs against Chris Clark and give the guys who have had the most success against him the most opportunities to bat against him. Guys like Oberst, Kyle Jackson, and Bill Leroy. And for Oberst and Leroy, both guys batting from the right side of the plate, they should benefit from the short porch and left.
The only thing left to do before we get our first pitch is start the clock. Jesse Cole.
In banana ball, we like to say start the clock. But in tailgater country, and here in the great state of Texas, we're going to say light the grill. So help me out on 3. We're going to say light the grill. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
One thing to say, kick off, Aggies!
Well, you can't start the clock at a Texas Tailgaters headlining game if you don't start the grill first. And son of a gun, if Andrew Bartman looks a whole lot different than Jesse Cole. Jump scare to get us going here tonight. And Dan Oberst goes fishing on the first offering from the 6'7" righty Chris Clark. 7 years in the Chicago Cubs minor league system. Here in Banana Land, and it's a Jordan Hussein between the leg transfer for a trick play. 2 pitches in. Heck of a start for the Gators.
Yeah, not surprising either. Jordan Hussein, 15 trick plays last month. He only missed 1 for the Texas Tailgaters. If they keep the ball on the ground tonight, they're going to have an easy time denying the Bananas that equalizer point.
It's also interesting to see where he's playing at. Again, he's almost playing on the outfield cut here. Going to be very interesting to look at the defensive setups tonight with that short porch out to left.
High fastball cut on and missed by Kyle Jackson, the runner-up for the Rookie of the Year award last year. KJ, jam shot. Hussein behind the back. No, it sneaks out of the mitt, and Kyle Jackson is able to beat the wrap to first base. A very rare trick play missed from Hussein. That is only his 4th in 40 attempts this year.
Snow cone right out of his glove there. Hussein had it pinned, and I tell you what, KJ running down the line, maybe not a full 100%, as Jordan Hussein still almost got him despite the trick play missed.
That's good speed on first. KJ 5 for 5 in his stolen base tries this year. And now the 9-year Banana, Bill Leroy, digs in here in his 5th Banana Ball World Tour after 4 years as a collegiate Banana in the Coastal Plain League. And this is an unfamiliar spot for him in the 3-hole.
This is his 254th career Banana Ball game. It is the first time he has ever batted 3rd in this Savannah Bananas lineup, but he certainly earned it. He batted .563 in April with 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in.
He's trying to send that to the short porch. Comes up empty. And the count even at 2-2. Clark's got a kitchen sink of an arsenal. 9 different pitches with the fastball sitting 90 to 95. This one lifted. First chance for the fans tonight. And Leroy survives it. In case you are just joining us, it's the largest crowd in Banana Ball history. Over 102,000 fans on hand here in Kyle Field. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider there from Clark for his first K.
25 strikeouts now on the year for Chris Clark. Number 1 tonight, as he'll take it off and throw up the rosin bag. One of his, he's got more signature sellies than he does pitches, and he's got 8 pitches.
Laser beam off the bat of Robert Anthony Cruz finds some grass in center as Indiana Stanley will fire in. Rack with the first knock of the night for either side after he went 1 for 4 Thursday night at Bunker Field. And that bat is starting to heat up. Seems to especially love swinging it against these Tailgaters. DR Meadows with 2 ducks on the pond and 2 outs. Still nursing that injured right hamstring. That's why you don't see him in the field defensively. But one of the best hitters in the history of the sport. His .405 batting average, best on the Bananas, certainly a testament to that here in his 4th tour.
Yeah, one of 8 guys in Banana Ball still batting north of 400 this season. But he's already fallen behind 0-2. This is where the Bananas struggled a month ago. Just a 188 average with men in scoring position. Something they're trying to find solutions to tonight as Meadows will take high. Tosh Porter thought he was going to get the call from Vincent Chapman behind the plate, and Kyle Jackson was off and running and swipes 3rd base.
Rack stays put at first, so runners on the corners. 1-2 pitch. There goes Cruz. DR a poke out to center, and it's going to be Jose Gonzalez Jr. Tip drill into the hat of Jonathan Sunshine Lunars. Double trick play with a whole lot on the line.
Bucket! Bucket! Jose Brother Gonzalez is playing in left center field due to the porch. Jonathan Sunshine Lunars runs about 100 feet all the way out there, and look at that. 3 trick plays to none after 1/2 inning here at College Station.
Trick play number 10 on the year for Brother, number 46 on the year for Sunshine, leading all defenders. Here's how the Bananas aligned defensively, left to right in their outfield. It is Rack, Alexiadis, and Hosley. Third to first in the infield, KJ Cox, Olsen, and Young Goldberg. Leroy is behind the plate, and it is Alex Ziegler, the designated fielder.
Yeah, and you'll likely only see Max Young Goldberg play one inning defensively at first base before that designated fielder Alex Ziegler comes in and plays the remainder of this contest. 24 trick plays for Zig, had 3 on Thursday night for the Savannah Bananas. He has been quite the impact player for them as they're second in Banana Ball with 133 trick plays as a team.
And in the middle of it all, the 6-foot southpaw out of Land O'Lakes, Florida, Austin Drury. After 5 years in the Dodgers organization, making it up to Double-A Tulsa. This is a guy who spent 3 years in Indy Pro Ball, pitched professionally in Venezuela and Mexico, and boy, does his stuff work so far in Banana Ball.
And you've seen the Bananas have won every single start that Austin Drury has made this season. A key reason he's tied for the tour lead with his 3 wins on the pitcher's mound.
And let's get a look at the Texas Tailgaters starting lineup, brought to you by PNC Bank. The switch hitting DH Nick Lopez out the top, followed by Zach Watson. Then you see Kyle Martin, that 1.312 OPS, third best in Banana Ball. Jordan Barth sandwiched in between Martin and Taylor Justice, whose 1.324 OPS is second best in the sport. Then it's brother Danford, Porter, Stanley, and Hussein to round it out.
Most importantly, I want to look at here, since Nick Lopez slotted in the leadoff spot back in the open, the Tailgaters are 5-2 in that stretch. It's been something about a table setter having a switch hitting All-American and Nick Lopez at the top of the order.
All-American and first team All-SEC, his final year of college at Kentucky, after a couple years at USC before that. A Rookie of the Year finalist last year, a Banana Ball All-Star. One of the most impressive hitters in the sport. Ahead 2-0. And make it 3 balls and no strikes. Talked about it on the pregame show, but Austin Drury with only 3 ball 4 sprints on the year. That has been part of his calling card as he gets a high strike to get back in the count. That's compared to those 24 strikeouts. And the count from 3-0 to 3-2. Payoff pitch. Bouncer to Kyle Jackson under the glove. So an E5, big turn from Lopez, but nowhere to go with that short porch and left as Cox brings it in.
And look, these are, interesting dimensions in College Station. And of course, it took a lot of time to set up the playing surface here in College Station. You don't necessarily get a ton of time to get familiarized with the way in which the ball plays off the grass and the dirt. Jackson expecting to get a little more of a hop, and instead winds up with an early E5.
Ball fouled away by Zach Watson here in his 3rd World Tour. Was a firefighter in 2024. This is his 2nd campaign with the Tailgaters. And such a sturdy bat, former LSU star, another guy who was first team All-SEC, hitting in your 2-hole.
And it's about his glove, too. He was a 2-time Gold Glover at LSU. The only player in the history of that program to have 2 Gold Gloves. 3-game hitting streak was broke on Thursday, but this is the guy who is starting to trend up here in this Tailgaters lineup, which is why Joe Mikulik has moved him back up in the 2 spot.
Ball and 2 strikes now on the former Baltimore Orioles minor leaguer.
Yeah, since the conclusion of the Banana Ball Open, Watson 5 for his last 12 at the dish. I just like his ability to get on base and keep this lineup churning.
Swing and a miss. High stinky cheese from AD as he grabs his first punch out.
And if there's been a way that the Bananas have gotten these Tailgaters out, whether it's been the Open, whether it was Thursday night, whether it was back in March or April, it has been that elevated fastball, sometimes up and out of the zone. The Tailgaters oblige a lot on that pitch.
And there's no other inning for Austin Drury where he's going to go to that heater more. He just challenges batters in the 1st inning of play. You're either going to hit the fastball or you're not. And Kyle Martin, fresh off of being named Offensive Player of the Month for April, is at the dish and hits this one deep out to left field, and it will hit off the 50-foot net. Robert Anthony Cruz plays it well, and so it is a high, long single for Kyle Martin.
Something special coming from the Texas Tailgaters. What do we have going on? native. That was a country mile or two.
One of the best runners in all of the sport, the Texas Tailgaters designated runner Jacob Pippersick, the pride of Long Island University, is 8 for 8 in stolen bases this year and has 8 of the 17 stolen bases that the Tailgaters have swiped.
But the man who really matters is still Nick Lopez, the inning-winning run leading off second base as Jordan Barth, another one of the hottest guys in the sport, takes a mighty swing and a miss on the fastball to even up the count. Jordan hitting .389, a .441 on base percentage here in his first World Tour. The Tailgaters' second-round draft pick in November, and he is catching fire. 2 for 2, a double, a walk-off on Thursday night.
And now has a walk-off in 4 of his last 5 for the Tailgaters, but will be set down via the K. Austin Drury, each of his first 2 outs, swinging strikeouts. As you see, another heater, and it's up in the zone for AD.
That's a perfect pitch right there. Too close to take. And with some velo, AD sits 92-95 with the gas. Able to tie up Barth.
Got to be careful with this guy. Taylor Justice, the only player in blue and orange this year who is hitting over 400 coming in this ball game in College Station. And he had 2 walk-offs on Thursday night.
One on a double, one on a ball 4 sprint. A ball and 2 strikes on the Tailgaters' first baseman here in his second tour with the Tailgaters after he was a 2024 visitor, a 2022 collegiate Savannah Banana. And a good fight on the 1-2. We'll get another.
Tell you what, they got a net down the lines here for the fans, but in these dugouts, you got to keep heads up here at College Station.
Screamer, it's going to be peppered off the wall in left center. Alexiadis has a cannon, firing home, not in time. Lopez scores. Taylor Justice, his tour-leading 7th walk-off of the year, and the Gators strike first.
And how about that? His 3rd one in 2 days. Taylor Justice is just beating down the boys in yellow, and the Texas Tailgaters pick right up where they left off on Thursday night. 1-0 after one frame, and the boys from the Lone Star State are leading the biggest banana ball game of all time here on ESPN.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know we're all having a good time, but every once in a while I gotta make a serious announcement, and this is one of those times. If you are the owner of a light blue Subaru Crosstrek with Texas plates, you're getting a free car wash! Love is in the air tonight at Kyle Field. That means the Bananas and Tailgaters, they're heading into the crowd to hand out beautiful roses to you, our beautiful fans. If you would like a rose, let us hear you!
Welcome back to Banana Ball Live on ESPN. Take a look at the dimensions here in Kyle Field. It's 185 feet to that 50-foot net, courtesy of Netting Pros down the left field line. That's the shortest fence in Banana Ball history. Dead center, it's 261. Then it gets Polo Grounds-esque out in right center. That's 429. And 375 feet to the right field pole. That's deeper than any trip from home plate to a foul pole in all of Major League Baseball. These football stadiums, they giveth and they taketh away. Ryan Cox in the 6 hole leading off this second inning with the Tailgaters up 1-0, thanks to the Taylor Justice 2-out RBI single to win the first inning. And Coxie, what a 5th World Tour the glove magician is having. Comes in hitting .357, leading the Bananas with his .525 on base percentage. Ahead 3-1 here.
Yeah, and we've seen him play 4 different contests where he's drawn multiple ball 4 sprints for the Savannah Bananas. His plate discipline pretty much unparalleled amongst the guys on this team. And Coxie always working great plate appearances, has run the count full.
Payoff pitch. There's another ball 4 sprint for Ryan Cox. With ball 4 fired in banana ball, 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher have to touch the ball before it is live. The Tailgaters have it down to a science. Coxie not the fleetest of foot, so he is content with just 1 base on his sprint as the Bananas designated runner Bryce Grzafi comes in to run. Now Reese Alexiadis in the 7-hole. He's hit second in all 14 games before tonight.
And I talked to Reese today. I said, Reese, how do you feel about hitting the bottom half of the order? He was very candid with me. He said, it feels weird. He said, but there's anything he can do, it can light a fire into me. He said, in Bico, it's already been lit.
Chance for the fans. No dice on a big league foul ball. Super Reese, the 2023 Pioneer League MVP. This is his 3rd World Tour. And he leveled up immensely from year 1 to 2 as Grzafi is off from first, but a foul ball. Well, look out, this one's gonna stay in play. Grizz is gonna have to run back to first. Oh, Taylor Justice. He thought Chris Clark was there to put the finishing touches on his tip drill. That should have been a double play. What a big break for the Bananas.
Yeah, and Clark, I think, just expecting Justice to be able to make the catch, flip it to him, and it's a quick, easy double play. And makes it a lot easier for Clark to finish the second with a pretty nice minutes per inning mark. Instead, has to throw another pitch to Alexiadis and will miss high.
2-2. High fly ball, deep to left field. Super Reese Alexiadis, the football stadium king, strikes again. 2-run shot from Super Reese.
The Savannah Bananas able to capitalize on the trick play miss from the Texas Tailgaters. And for Reese Alexiadis, he has become the guy who is amazing at hitting home runs out of football stadiums. The 6th different football stadium in which he is homered. And for more on that, we're going to throw it to Sam Bauman.
Reese, you love football stadiums. New spot in the lineup tonight. Little fire?
Little fire, not all that one.
I think it hit the back. What you think? I think it was further. Reese, good work.
For those who may not know, that is sarcasm from Super Reese. That was like a 200-foot fly ball, can of corn to left in any baseball stadium.
Counts all the same tonight, Bico.
No doubt about it. Alexiadis' 2nd home run of the year. His first was in the Superdome in New Orleans. That one was hit with much more authority off Garrett Delano. Ball and 2 strikes on Jackson Olsen. And the count even at 2-2. That one just misses wide. Olsen here in his 4th Banana Ball World Tour. And down swinging on some serious velo from Clark, his 2nd strikeout.
And Chris Clark, he loves to go to that elevated fastball the same way that Austin Drury does deep in counts. Right there, you've seen him attack Jackson Olsen. Actually struck him out twice at UNC on a back foot slider. Right there, just elevated fastball and an easy out number 1.
Slider for a strike to Danny Hosley. Only 1 for 15 so far on the year, but has been hitting into a lot of bad luck. Just picked up his first strikeout of the season on Thursday night over in Navasota. Couple ball 4 sprints. This is a career 288 hitter, though. And that's across 474 plate appearances coming into his 4th World Tour. It's a bat you just trust to find it.
Yeah, he can be a tinkerer at the plate. Big focus in the second half of last season was staying strong at the plate. And you see Hosley trying to incorporate some of that here, but he can't get the bat off of his shoulder. It's Chris Clark with a punch out looking against Danny Do-It-All.
Nice bounce back from Clark after the football stadium 2-run shot from Super Reese. Back-to-back Ks.
Yeah, the backwards ponche right there. That was beautiful stuff. And then you see Chris Clark roll the dice coming off the mound.
Pitcher's pitch gets the call from Vincent Chapman. Young professor, what's going on down there?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dude Perfect!
Who do we got here from Dude Perfect? I think Tyler Toney's about to take an at-bat against Chris Clark.
The world's greatest athlete, so proclaimed by the fans of Dude Perfect, and now facing one of the very best pitchers in Banana Ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, talking to Bill Leroy after he was part of the Savannah Bananas Dude Perfect collaboration in the offseason, he's a believer in the athletic skills of Tyler Toney. He is an absolute freak at every sport he plays, and he's getting a free fastball. And it goes all the way to at least the second deck, out of our view here from our broadcast booth on the 50-yard line. Just a bit high. And there's the strikeout. Filth from Chris Clark as he sits down Tyler Toney. And it strikes out 3 straight after the 2-run homer from Reese Alexiadis.
Is Chris Clark now the greatest athlete of all time after striking out Tyler Toney? Absolutely disgusting. But what a great moment. The Aggie alumni able to come in and strike out here at College Station. Now to Jesse Cole.
All right, let's send it way in the upper deck to Mr. Jesse Cole.
Fans coming to bat at some point later in the game and now completing the world's longest walk-up. Please welcome Ty Jackson.
Well, once again, the casting in Banana Land is absolutely perfect. Nobody better to walk every single step of Kyle Field than the man in his 5th year as a Savannah Banana, Mr. Ty Two-Fly Jackson.
This is the guy who is known in the locker room as the Energizer Bunny. I mean, he will do anything and everything to try and help his team win. Bring the right vibes. You see the scuba right now for Ty Jackson. That is going to slow him down, guys, if he's going to get to home plate eventually. Either way, I guess we'll just see who's in the box when he finally makes it down there, and that's just who he'll bat for.
Pookie told me, he told his skipper, Tyler Gillum, earlier today, it might be the 9th inning. It might be the 9th inning by the time I make it down there.
We've already got 2 scubas and now a long 6-7. I've got the over-under at triple digits for both of those. And I'm taking the over. I'm hammering it.
You know, usually I like to keep the MPI clock, but I might need to see the time it takes Ty Jackson to finally reach home plate today.
Well, it started about 7:33 p.m. Central Time, according to my internal clock, as Brother gets a fastball up and in. That is a scary place to get hit. Jose, the pride of Spring, Texas, taps his helmet. That means to his teammates and the entertainment team, I'm A-OK. And he says, hey, no worries, AD. By the way, that's Austin Drury's 6th batter he has hit this year, ties him with Garrett Delano for the tour lead.
One of my all-time favorite Austin Drury quotes. He told us earlier this year, I don't walk too many guys or issue out ball 4 sprints in Banana Ball, but I'll hit somebody. Yeah. He said, I will, and it's not intentional. Ball just kind of gets away from him there. But now you bring up the inning-tying run here in Mac Danford.
And one of the more mighty swingers in all of Banana Ball. No home runs so far here in his 2nd World Tour, but pacing the Tailgaters with his 6 doubles. And he led them last year with his 4 long balls. Can't catch up to the heat. He's behind 0-2.
Did have a home run off the Bananas in the Banana Ball Open
but none in the regular season.
Yeah, that was a monster 3-run shot off Kyle Lewigs that turned the tides in Game 2 of that Banana Ball Open final. Followed up the Kyle Martin walk-off homer the inning before. Two. Just misses. I do not know where. I think Vincent Chapman is saying below the knees.
That's a beautiful pitch there from Austin Drury.
Looked pretty good. Payoff. And that is a rare Austin Drury ball 4 sprint. Brothers got pretty good wheels. He will chug it all the way to third as Danny Hosley is the 7th and final fielder behind the pitcher and catcher to touch the ball, making it live. Now it's Tailgaters at the corners.
And now one of the very few times you'll say it's a shame that Austin Drury's starting, because the Tailgaters have so many switch hitters. And now Taj Porter, who has a lot of power in his right-handed swing facing this lefty, Austin Drury, has a chance to hit one 185 feet to left and walk off this inning.
And you saw a nice swing from Taj Porter batting from the right side on Thursday night. Able to rope a double against the Savannah Bananas and takes a nice swing with the very first pitch he sees from Drury, but this one to the left of the left field foul pole and out of play and not caught by a fan either.
You know, Taj's lone dinger this year came in a football stadium at UNC in Chapel Hill from the left side. Short porch was in right field there. Shall I say deja vu, question mark.
And it was a 3-run shot. That one off Jacob Azela. Look out, Taj. Wow. How about the athleticism on display?
They don't call him the quad father for no reason. Using those legs to stay up.
Able to get a piece of the bender from Drury and stay alive. Taj here in his 3rd tour was a party animal in 2024 and now one of the leaders for a 2nd straight year on the Tailgaters, as he does a good job of laying off that high heat. Runners on the corners, 2-2 pitch. Chopper foul. We'll do it again. Neither Mikulik nor KJ can make the play. Another 2-2. Great take. Doesn't offer up on the bender, and ball 4 will score at least 1 run here. Payoff. Spikes it. It's back-to-back sprints from Drury after the hit by pitch. Gonzalez scores easily from 3rd. Danford takes his place. A ribeye for Taj Porter. And the Bananas inning lead cut in half.
And Taj has been seeing the ball so well, been seeing it very, very deep. I go back to that Chapel Hill series when Taj hit that home run. Again, he has been really, really hot since there. Not making contact right there. Still getting an RBI, still getting on base with that ball 4 sprint. And now the inning tying run stands at 3rd. But first, we must talk to our good friend, Indiana Stanley.
A shirtless Indiana Stanley, a man of the people. It's been a fan favorite since he debuted in Banana Land summer of 2022. Such a key part of that Bananas championship squad as they won their 2nd straight Pettit Cup. He was really a primary catcher going back and forth with Taylor Justice on that team. Now in his 2nd year as a Tailgater after he was a visitor and party animal in 2024.
He's one of those freak athletes. His transition into center field, we've always known that he's got an incredible arm. And the bat speaks for itself as well. Stanley, a guy who likes to hack early and swings at this one and fouls it away. Led the Tailgaters in their inaugural season last year with 4 long balls.
Quick 0-2 count on Indy.
In Indy, his 4th and final long ball of the year last year came in the Tailgaters' largest venue in Houston.
So could he do the same here in 2026 and walk off this inning?
Chance for the fans to take care of Stanley. They do not make the catch. Indy out of Cumming, Georgia, an NAI guy. Hit .408 at Georgia State College and crushed it at Columbia College of Missouri. Here goes down swinging on the high fastball from Drury, his third K.
Yeah, that's been one of the unfortunate aspects of Indiana Stanley's game. Entering tonight, he's got a strikeout rate that sits at 29.5%, meaning that's in his total plate appearance. He has struck out in 29.5 of them. That ticks up a little bit higher, and now the inning is in the hands of Jordan Hussein, currently on a 5-game hitting streak for the Tailgaters.
The Houston, Texas native has the batting average up to .297, reaching base at a .381 clip. As pesky as they come in the box, so tough to strike out. 3-0 count.
When you have a league average hitter, .297 or league batting average in Banana Ball right now, hitting in your 10-hole, this is a really special lineup. 5 are just trying to turn it back to the top.
He takes 4 straight balls from Austin Drury, which will tie this inning as Danford trots home and Porter will rumble all the way to third. Bosley thinking about a throw. Cox says no, let's eat that. So the inning tied at 2 runs each, and the inning winning run just 90 feet away.
3 ball, 4 sprints Austin Drury had on the season coming into tonight. He's had 3 in this inning, 2 of which have resulted in RBI sprints, and as you mentioned, the inning-winning run now standing 90 feet away in form of Taj.
Yeah, that was the first truly uncompetitive one. 4 straight balls to Hussein, the 10-hole hitter. When AD, through 20 innings, only had 3 sprints coming into tonight. A hit batter and 3 sprints here in the bottom of the second. But now an 0-2 count on Nick Lopez, who reached on an error his first time and would come around to score the inning-winning run.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where I think the adrenaline just gets the better of you if you're Austin Drury, especially feeding off a crowd this large. And you see yet another pitch from AD that comes in spiked, but that is an excellent stop from Bill Leroy behind the dish.
I don't know if that pitch made it 55 feet. Heck of a play by Leroy. Hussein off from first, shattered bat, popped in the infield. Cox with a tip and never had a chance at a double play either way. Hussein running with his head up, heads up base running, and is able to keep the inning alive with his retreat back to first.
And that bat just shattered in half. Great field there by Ryan Cox. Did go for the tip drill to Kyle Jackson, trying to double up Jordan Hussein at first, but even better base running. Fiver taking off, but retreating right back to first.
Yeah, Cox kind of hedging his bets there, because if he catches it normally, it turned out he didn't have a chance at the double play. But the tip drill, that's about as quick a trick play as you could pull off. So the inning-winning run still at third. And a ball and a strike on Zach Watson as he swings through the changeup from AD. Waddy a strikeout victim his first time. Great stop by Bill Leroy. It's a very short backstop in all of these football stadiums, but still, if it gets away from the catcher, Porter could chance it and try and win the inning coming in from third. I'm not breaking any news here, though, and Taj is the slowest guy on this Tailgaters team.
And that's something Taj would openly admit to you.
We don't call him the biggest, the largest for nothing.
The biggest, the largest.
2-2. Look out. Back foot bender actually nearly gets, oh, it did get a piece of Watson. They got him on the right toe. Vincent Chapman disagrees, though. But looks like Waddy's correct.
Yeah, it definitely got him. It hit off of Waddy's toe and into Bill's mitt. So that's how you could see that Vincent Chapman may be trying to debate with him that it didn't hit him. However, we're not even going to look at this. Waddy's going to have to stand back in there on a 3-2 count despite getting hit on the back foot.
I mean, it's interesting because if you're the Tailgaters, you might take this. Ball 4 wins the inning for you instead of a fresh count, albeit the almighty Kyle Martin, Banana Ball's Player of the Month in April, lurks in the on-deck circle. Anyhow, we get a payoff and a foul ball, so we'll do it again. Another 3-2. And there it is, ball four, the fourth ball four sprint of the inning issued out by AD. Zach Watson earns the walk-off, Porter scores, and it is 2-0 Tailgaters through 2 innings here in Kyle Field. Banana Ball live on ESPN.
With the sing-off, we're going to play 3 songs. When the song finishes, we're going to finish that song lyric. But let's make it a competition. Garrett, who you representing?
Jesse, I'll be representing the entire left field side all the way around third base. And this is the loudest College Station has to offer, brother.
Yeah. Well, I've got all of center field and all the way down the right field and the first base side. And we call this the winning section.
Boo.
First song.
Amazing. The first point goes to the third base and left field side.
Oh, we got this one.
You sound so good. That point goes to the first base and right field side. That means we're tied, and this is for the win, as loud as you can be.
What a wild second inning we just had here in Aggieland. It started in the top half with the Reese Alexiadis moonshot 2-run homer out to the short porch in left field. And you think if you're the Savannah Bananas, boy, we have something cooking all of a sudden. But in the bottom half, a hit batter and 4 ball 4 sprints issued by Austin Drury, who only had given up 3 sprints across 20 innings coming into this game. And that flipped the script on the inning. It's got the Tailgaters up 2-0.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic for Drury, but the Bananas back to the top of the order here in the top half of the 3rd inning. And Dan Oberst, a guy who is among the top 5 all-time hitters when it comes to home runs, 27 of them in his career. 3 have come here in football stadiums, and the Bananas would love to see him jumpstart this inning offensively.
And Danny O's been on the heater the past couple of weekends. You look at what he did last weekend in New York City. 3 home runs in the Banana Bowl Open, had 3 home runs there. Again, you talk about power, and then you get that guy who pulls everything 185 feet to left field.
He just tried to hit that ball to Austin.
And not only are you seeing the power from Dan, you're just getting consistency. Dating back to June of 2025, he's batted 300 or better in every single month. 6 consecutive months for Dan where he's batted above 300.
Oberst, as consistent as they come, nearly gets the foul ball to a broadcast booth here on the 50-yard line at Kyle Field. Falls short, but not caught by the fans. That's the important part for the 8-year Banana. 3 collegiate seasons. This is Dan's 5th World Tour. And he'll get another 2-2 pitch from Chris Clark. Another foul ball to the upper deck and not caught. Battle between Titans here in Banana Ball. Oberst grounded out to first to open up this contest. Putting up a heck of a fight here. There's another bouncer to the left side. Barth gets rid of the glove, barehanded. Nice scoop from Taylor Justice to put a bow on a web gem from his third baseman.
I mean, this guy was nearly going to be a shortstop in banana ball. The Tailgaters drafted him. They decided the best place for him was at the hot corner, and they have gotten elite play from Jordan Barth. 20 trick plays this season, and you see him flash the leather, just making a good old baseball play to retire Danny Barrels.
Also, let's not get lost in the fact of that scoop over there by Taylor Justice at first. Him and Mack have split time over there on the right side infield. What a play for out number one.
Big swing and a miss from Kyle Jackson. Reached on a trick play, missed his first time. As it's a trick pitch, Chris Clark bounces it right off of KJ. A kid out of Bowling Green, Ohio, A-OK.
Chris Clark, a little chuckle. Obviously, he knew that one got away from him after the bounce. Seen him try to re-grip it there. Don't ever think he quite got the right grip on it and just spun inside and hit KJ.
And you like that for Kyle Jackson. Off the armor, it looks like. And Bill Leroy coming from the stands. Journey it's been for Bill Leroy here in his 9th World Tour out of the small town of Dublin, Georgia. And he's out there line dancing in front of over 102,000 fans here in College Station, Texas. After he joined the Bananas on a temporary contract in the summer of 2018. He was only guaranteed 2 weeks. He's turned it into 9 seasons.
And being the co-captain of the Savannah Bananas alongside Cowboy Kyle Lewigs, Leroy has really emerged as a leader even more this season, according to Tyler Gillum, with the plethora of rookies that have been added to this squad. And again, elevated into this 3-hole because Gillum said he's been looking for the big moments as this one's hit to Hussein. And how about this? A double trick play, double play for the Texas Tailgaters between the legs for Looters and Hussein. And now 5 in the ball game for the Gators, who have put up another scoreless frame against the Nanners.
Book it, book it. Everything's bigger in Texas, just like that 6-4-3 double play.
Across the United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care. Look around. That's enough to fill Kyle Field 4 times with the number of teens in care. To raise awareness and support communities, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating those in the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, we are celebrating the Roberson family. Brian, a school teacher, and Christy, a nurse, wanted to continue to help children outside of their careers. So, 5 years ago, they became a licensed foster family. In that time, they have focused on welcoming infants into their home in hopes to reunite them with their biological families. In total, they have welcomed 17 children into their home. Fans, please join us in celebrating this amazing family for making a difference right here in your community.
And for the first time tonight, we get to say hello, YouTube. Texas Tailgaters YouTube channel version. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Perfect time to get to chat as we shout out the Robertson family.
Wearing Tailgaters jerseys here tonight.
You love to see it.
Man, that's pretty cool here in the biggest banana ball game of all time. Our Bananas Foster family tonight. Such a special family we get to honor, wearing those beautiful denims. And right here on the Texas Tailgaters YouTube channel.
And I love to see in the chat, Jennifer Garcia, Melissa C. We got Banana Ball News all dropping the buckets in the chat for the buckets from Brett Loftus.
Buckets galore right now, huh? The more times I get to say it, the happier I am.
Oh, Jay Kelly says, you can always tell a Texan, oh, but you can't tell him much. Oh, boy.
It's like Josh gets talking all them numbers. I'm just like, book it, man. That's all I got to say, you know?
Yeah, man. And I love that for you.
We all have our strengths, you know? It's a motley crew here at BTV. Oh, hello, Jose Benitez. Cheito in the booth next to us. It's been a really fun night for all of us here. And thank you so much for spending it with us. This has been a blast so far. It's just going to get better from here. While I am certain you are having a blast watching this broadcast, I also know that it feels good to see the action live. Geico and the Banana Ball Championship League are teaming up to send one lucky winner on the ultimate fan experience to the 2026 Banana Ball Championship on October 10th. Win 4 tickets, airfare, hotel, and a VIP on-field experience. Go to itfeelsgoodtogobananas.com to enter. We know the Texas Tailgaters will be in the Banana Ball playoffs. We'll see if they can get to that championship. They're the only team that has clinched a playoff spot. Here on May 2nd, they did it just a couple weeks ago by taking down the Bananas in the Banana Ball Open Championship. Our first ever midseason tournament as Kyle Martin just keeps doing Kyle Martin things. Single his first time off the net in left. This time strokes one into right center, and he's 2 for 2.
He's hitting over 500 against the Savannah Bananas this year. That was his 9th hit against them in the regular season. We're not even counting his performance in the Open that included 2 long balls. The action has been very introduced here to the Savannah Bananas.
5 of his last 6 games now have been multi-hit contests. Kyle Martin swinging a hot bat.
And that's the 4th round draft pick for the Tailgaters. Their 2nd rounder, Jordan Barth, in the box. He is scorching hot. He was the MVP of the Banana Ball Open, Player of the Week last week.
Talk about what he did in April. Jordan Barth, 524 batting average in the month of April, and only struck out once in 6 games played.
That'll do. As will this boogie from Austin Drury. Lost the banana ball, but finds it and gets himself a sword from Barth. Nasty back foot bender. Jordan out of Cold Spring, Minnesota. As he demolishes this laser beam with a one-way ticket to the net in left. Pretty much a double anywhere else. That is a single here in Kyle Field.
Talking about all these benefits tonight, Biko and Josh, about that short left field porch. That may be one of the negatives as a hitter. Right there, demolished it. Look at that. That 50-foot net by netting pros did a good job of eating that back up and then spitting it back out in the field of play.
Well, yeah, 57% of Barth's hits have gone to left field this season. If he can just elevate a little bit more, he's going to have no problem collecting a home run for the Gators tonight.
2 on, nobody out for Taylor Justice. It was Martin, Barth, and Justice who drove in all 5 points for the Tailgaters on Thursday night. And neither of them were retired. They were a combined 8 for 8 reaching base. Taylor with the RBI single to win the first inning tonight. His last 3 trips to the dish have been walk-offs, which has him up to 7 on the year. 2 more than anybody else in the Banana Ball Championship League. We got another 2-2.
Does have an opportunity to continue that walk-off streak here as well. Kyle Martin 180 feet away from making it a 3-0 Tailgaters lead.
Swing and a miss. Austin Drury finally solves Mr. Justice. And a pretty perfect time for AD's fourth K.
Yeah, and you see him mixing up the location there, going to the slider in the dirt. Great scoop as well from Villeroy, and now a lefty-on-lefty matchup for AD as Jose Brother Gonzalez is up in the box. Hit with a pitch his first time up.
And it's easy to get overshadowed in this powerful Tailgaters lineup. Brother coming into this thing, his OPS north of 1,000, 7th best in Banana Ball. As he scorches this, and it's off the top of the net in left field. A stop sign for Kmart, as that one played perfectly by Rack. So the net takes away another extra base hit from the Tailgaters, but they've got him loaded.
And Brother, who has 5 home runs, 2nd best in Banana Ball this year. 2 of those have come inside out. He's a great opposite field hitter. Almost had his 6th homer of the year right there, but instead just loads them up for the RBI machine who led the Tailgaters and Ribbies in 2025, Mac Danford.
1-0 count on Big Mac. He scoots this the other way, and that will do it. 4 straight singles from the Tailgaters in the 3rd, and they have won every inning tonight. They are up 3-zip.
What a birthday gift from Mac Doodle to his lovely wife, Eileen Danford. Walks it off here in the 3rd inning to make it 3-0. They hadn't got him out yet. Macadoodle, the pride of Grand Ridge, Florida, putting on for the boys in blue and orange.
Let's get it down to Jesse Cole for the world's slowest race.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know that you missed the Kentucky Derby today, but we have a very special surprise for you because it's time for our very own Diaper Derby. Tonight is the biggest Banana Ball game in history, which means that we are about to have the biggest baby race the world has ever seen. 27 babies racing here at Kyle Field. Who will be our Golden Temple? It's time to find out. Parents, let's get their babies on their mark. Get set. Go.
In front of over 102,000 fans here in Kyle Field, 27 babies are on the grass out in deep right field. And who will win the largest baby race in the history of planet Earth?
There's a baby crawling in a circle, Biko, looping back around to the starting line.
To win the world's slowest race, you've got to go straight. And this one with the little army crawl out to a lead. Oh, we've got a bear crawl right on the line and now parking it. The army crawler continuing to make some forward progress with a smile on her face. And the bear crawl, that's a crying baby. I'm sorry to show you that, folks. Oh no, but the bear crawling baby might come from behind to win it. It is neck and neck. Our finish line is bending, and that should be a victory for our army crawling baby. Oh, it's a photo finish. Let's get it down to Sam Bauman with our winner.
Real quick, big win. We want to talk to 102,000 fans. You cried, you worked through it. How are you feeling? Yay! Big win, guys! Big win! Congratulations.
I'm surprised Sam Bauman wasn't crying down there.
Those were tears of joy.
Yeah.
Because that little tyke knew they were going to win.
Nice snag, Chris Clark, and he's going to flip it with the glove to Taylor Justice. A trick play for the big boy to kick off our 4th frame.
Revolutionary bucket from CC. Took the glove off the left hand onto the right hand. Look at this. Oh my gosh.
I mean, you're getting multiple moves out of Chris Clark. Not only does this guy dominate on the pitcher's mound, but he can field his position well at the same exact time. And again, the Texas Tailgaters, nobody has more trick plays than them. This team just feeds off of that energy. They will take any opportunity they get to rip these trick plays.
And you know the biggest note there, when they won the Banana Ball Open, locking themselves into the playoffs in October a few weeks back.
Uh-oh, D.R. Meadows, what a rude interruption. That ball smashed to the second deck. His first home run of the year.
and the first home run he has hit since he conquered the Green Monster in Fenway Park. If there's a guy who loves a high wall, whether it's the monster or a 50-foot net, DR Meadows is going to make sure that it is no problem for him whatsoever. The second long ball the Bananas have collected against Clark tonight.
Sam Bauman.
Yeah, DR, first home run as a dad. How's it feel?
Feels great. We need right here, Ryan Cox, hit one right here. We keep going. We keep rolling it over. We got Reese coming up a couple times. We got to hit some more home runs. I love you, Clover. I love you, kids.
That's just a good dad. Great dad, guys.
Couldn't agree more, SB. Thank you very much. I think DR started speaking in cursive there.
I mean, ordinarily, that guy's patrolling center field for you. Meadows still dealing with a little bit of an ailing hamstring, but he said, I can swing the bat just fine, and he proved it right there. Good call by Tyler Gillum to put DR Meadows in this lineup and in the 5 spot tonight. Again, switching things up, but it paid off right there.
Yeah, DR told me in the football facility today, he said, Brad, I don't really care about anything else this weekend. I just want to swing the bat. And that's exactly why right there.
Ryan Cox with a 2-2 count on him. He worked a ball for a sprint and came around to score in the second inning. And works the count full here. Now, I know it's not the 9th inning. I know it didn't win Game 1 of the World Series, but a little Kirk Gibson to that home run from DR Meadows as he limped around the bags, still nursing that sore right hamstring. Just happened to happen in front of over 102,000 fans in the 4th inning at Kyle Field. It hasn't won anything yet. Coxley works his second sprint of the ball game as the bender just barely missed the outside corner there from Clark. And Cox, how about his weekend so far here in East Central Texas? 5 plate appearances, 4 ball, 4 sprints.
You won't believe this, but Ryan Cox hasn't collected a hit for the Bananas since the 11th of April. But he's got 7 ball, 4 sprints in his games since then. I mean, he is unbelievable at just being able to get on. And now Reese Alexiadis hacks at the first pitch from Chris Clark, and that one will drift, fouling out of play.
Bryce Grisafi also running at first, 11 stolen bases, tied with DR Meadows for the most in Banana Ball. However, he's been thrown out 3 times, twice of which by Tailgaters catcher Taj Porter.
Wow, that was a good-looking breaking ball from Chris Clark. Vincent Chapman will tell you it missed low. As this one scorched past the diving attempt of Barth, as it hugs that third baseline. Grisafi, a big turnaround second, and slams the brakes. Super Reese, 2 for 2 on the night, following up his 2-run homer with a single.
Jordan Barth came up limping there a little bit. Again, good effort down the line. See, JB kind of got caught that right knee on the foul line. But yeah, back to Reese, you put him down in that 7-hole, and he's caught fire through his first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, and entering play tonight, when guys are either on first or the bases are empty, Alexiadis was batting just a $138. And now he's got 2 hits tonight, both with guys on first, and one of them includes a 2-run homer.
How about that sign from Travis Munoz?
His wife's name's Sydney, by the way, not Taylor.
Right, yeah, no, he's talking about Taylor Swift. Jackson also a big Taylor Swift fan, so I think that's where...
Right, 100%.
Right. And she chose a very different Travis than Munoz. Bounding ball, gobbled up by Luders. He is going to be able to get the kick over to Hussein. Great running, though, by Grisafi. He scores from second. And let's take a look. Randy Voss, the second base umpire, is saying that the ball left Hussein's glove on the exchange.
Yeah, that appears to be the right case, but still, you got to give a lot of credit to Bryce Grisafi. He knew that they were attempting that double play, so he just decided to run right through that third base bag and try to score. And it pays off for the Bananas. Now their second inning tonight where they've scored multiple runs in an inning against the Tailgaters.
It's a really cool trick play there from Sunshine. Overshadowed by the run coming in.
Still the innovation of our game,
yes.
Right? The hustle play there from Bryce Grisafi, but using the feet there from Jonathan Sunshine Luders, one of the very few players who will do that and get trickery.
Jordan Barth behind the back flip over to first to take care of Hosley. Trick play for Barth. But 2 runs come across for the Nanners, a chance to claim their first point in this ball game as the Tailgaters have won all 3 innings so far. We'll bring you more Banana Ball live on ESPN after this.
Hey baby in history. So everyone get those hands up in the air. All the way up and join along. Here we go. Clap those hands. Get those arms waving. Keep it going. Now let's shuffle to the side. Keep it clapping. One more time. You guys are amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Welcome back to the biggest game in Banana Ball history, live here on ESPN. We have over 102,000 fans in the heart of Brazos Valley. Kyle Field, the unbelievable football stadium of the Texas A&M Aggies. And in the middle of it all, Derek Klena, first man out of the pen for the Bananas here tonight. A rookie taking over for another rookie. And Klena, well, he did start his baseball career at UCLA. He ditched that journey for 14 years on Broadway. Awarded or nominated for a Tony for his work in Jagged Little Pill. But the whole time still playing Broadway softball, keeping the arm loose, and induces a mile-high pop from Taj Porter into the seats. Not caught by the fans. This is only the second time this year he's gotten a fresh inning. The other was in the Superdome in New Orleans against the Party Animals. Normally Klena coming in with 2 outs, but he faces the Tailgaters catcher to open up the bottom of the 4th, with the Bananas up 2 runs trying to earn their first point.
This is a move kind of made out of necessity. Austin Drury just didn't have his best stuff. 71 pitches across 3 innings. Tailgaters only had 2 hits against him this season entering play tonight. They got 6 against Drury in tonight's contest. So the Bananas turn it over to a righty, but Klena has fallen behind 3-1 against Taj Porter.
Count is full. Yeah, Drury against the Tailgaters this year coming into tonight, 4 innings, just those 2 hits you mentioned, 8 strikeouts. But he only goes an inning and 2/3 tonight as far as what he is credited for, as Taj is able to hold up on the high fastball and will earn the ball for sprint, his second of the night.
It's the most rapacious game I've seen through almost 4 innings that the Tailgaters have ever played. Taj with 2 ball 4 sprints. Max got a ball 4 sprint. Waddy with a walk-off ball 4 sprint in the second. I mean, you talked about what you've seen at Austin Drury, and because he got walked off 3 times was in large part due to the free passes, but also just such an elite approach right now, as now only after 1 batter, Connor Harris is going to come in here to pitch for the Savannah Bananas.
Fascinating. So you go from Klena to Harris, the 6'8" righty, another rookie. All 3 Bananas who have thrown tonight here in their first Banana Ball World Tour. And A tall task for him. As you can see at the bottom of his graphic, as there goes Jacob Pippersick, throw from Leroy, not in time. Pip a perfect 9 for 9 on the year in his stolen base tries.
Run wild, Jacob Pippersick. And how about that? Y'all see who was covering second there? Robert Anthony Cruz, playing that rover position now, a 5-man infield there for the Savannah Bananas. As this Dude Perfect's back out on the field, Biko.
Looks like some shenanigans are afoot. Trick pitch from Connor Harris and Dude Perfect. Who has the banana ball?
It was Sparky, and he missed up and away.
All right, thank you, Dude Perfect. So a 1-1 count on Indiana Stanley. Lofted left side of the infield. Cox, tip drill, and Rack will catch a little basket catch. Bopper Rudy. Ryan Cox gets credit for the second Bananas trick play on that one.
Yeah, and you see the point for Robert Anthony Cruz. He's telling Ryan Cox, next time I've got you, we can team up for a double trick play. But Connor Harris with the quick out on 3 pitches, and now falling behind 1-0 against Hussein.
Harris has had 3 straight scoreless outings coming into tonight. That coincides with him going back to the windup, but not given the opportunity tonight. Since he came in with a runner aboard, he's been from the stretch from the get-go.
And the big thought behind going back to the windup was just to make sure that he felt more in control on the pitcher's mound, had all his mechanics in tune. But Harris, I mean, when he's had to pitch out of the stretch since going back, he's looked awfully sharp.
3-1 pitch coming to Jordan Hussein. And he will take the fastball high. That will drive in Pippersick from second. Hussein's got great wheels, and the throw from Leroy goes all the way to the wall. Jordan's looking for 3 bases on the sprint. Now he's getting the wave home from Mikulik. The final man to throw it, Danny Hosley, and it is late. Oh, a disastrous ball four sprint defense by the Bananas, and the 4th inning is tied.
And that's your captain, Jordan Hussein. You play with grit, you play with hustle, and most importantly, God bless Texas, because that's who Jordan Hussein is always playing for. And look at that, a 2-run ball four sprint resets the inning, and the Tailgaters have a chance now to walk off the first 4 innings of this Banana Ball game.
When this guy first got to Banana Ball, he told us, he's like, I'm not a guy with a lot of power at the plate, but son of a gun, I'm going to be the guy getting you hustle doubles and giving my all on the playing field. And you certainly saw that mentality on full display. A second time tonight, the Bananas have had a multi-run lead in an inning and been unable to hold it.
Alex Ziegler fields this between the legs, flip to Harris just in time to get Nick Lopez. 3rd trick play of the ball game for the Bananas. They are still down 5, though, as they search for that equalizer point.
You see this a lot from Ziggy, and I don't want to take away from the trick play at all. That's an amazing field between the legs. Connor Harris, big man, kind of got caught up on his feet a little bit there, but still able to make the out at first. Great play by him.
And the only bright side of the bases now being clear is Harris does get to go to that windup. He's behind 1-0 to Zach Watson, who struck out his first time and had the inning-winning ball four sprint back in the 2nd. That ball deep out to right. A lot of room for Danny Hosley. Behind the back, you betcha, with a bow. 3 trick plays in the frame for the Bananas, but they are still down 4 in that department, and they give up the 2-run lead. Rare poor defense. Tailgaters still lead 3-0. Bananas dancing first base coach Maceo Harrison boogieing us into our 5th inning of action in the largest banana ball game of all time. Over 102,000 fans on hand here in Kyle Field, being delighted by the dancing first base coach in his 9th year with the team. And now Christian Davis here in his 2nd World Tour, guy who is on an absolute heater, is the first man out of the pen for the Tailgaters and has a ball and a strike on Max Young-Goldberg.
His last 2 outings have been the best 2 outings he's had in his banana ball career. 5 1/3 he threw in the open, all scoreless, induced double-digit trick plays, and then last Sunday against Loco Beach in Amarillo threw 4 innings and induced 6 trick plays and only gave up 5 hits. Both of those outings scoreless for CD. Such a pleasure where you can go from an ace to an ace for these Tailgaters.
And a 2-2 count on the Dunkin' Donut batter of the game. If he strikes out, fans in attendance will receive 3 donuts. High fly ball deep out to left center. MJG solo home run. 2nd of his banana ball career. And the Nanners offense putting some more pressure on.
Now each of the last 2 hits that Max Young-Goldberg has this season have left the yard, collected his first career home run a weekend ago in Yankee Stadium, and now his first opposite field hit of the season leaves the yard here tonight at Texas A&M.
I don't know what the dance is.
It's like a halfway Dougie.
Yes, it's an aggressive herky-jerky Dougie, I believe. As you get another look at the Rainmaker from Young-Goldberg, the Bananas' 2nd round draft pick last November. The only rookie in this starting lineup. And as we talked about on the pregame show, a guy who's hit 3rd all 14 games this year until being demoted to the 10-hole tonight. He responds in kind. Hussein trying to whip it between the legs. Golly, that is the 3rd missed trick play on the ball game for the captain, Jordan Hussein, who only had 4 of them in 38 attempts coming into this game.
Yeah, I don't know if the ball's slippery or what. I mean, you see the transition fine, but just can't get in the right hand, Josh.
I would chalk it up potentially to the playing surface tonight. Again, it takes a lot of work to try and get a field like this together. Put all this dirt down. You're trying to make sure it's evened out and whatnot, and certainly being tricky for Jordan Hussein. And speaking of that, Looters with a bounce pass to Hussein, and it caps off another double play in the ballgame for the Texas Tailgaters.
4-6-3. Jordan Hussein made sure he gathered that one up. Book it, Sonny, for a couple of them here in the top of the 5th inning.
And you've got to be real quick turning 2 on Kyle Jackson, one of the fastest runners in the sport. Looters with the trick play, impressive pickup by Hussein to make it possible for a double play. The ball and a strike on Bill Leroy, who has struck out and grounded into a 6-4-3 double play.
And since the home run that we saw from Max Young-Goldberg, we're seeing what makes Christian Davis so effective. He's a guy who's traditionally keeping the ball on the ground. Last time he was pitching in a football stadium, 7 groundouts induced, but Bill Leroy hits an absolute laser beam into the 50-foot net. It falls behind the barricade, and so with these dimensions, that will only go down as a ground rule single for Bill Leroy.
Yeah, if you get it nestled between the wall and the barricade anywhere wide of our 50-foot net from left to left center field, it's a ground rule double. But that clearly a part of where the net is there, so just a ground rule single. As Robert Anthony Cruz has a ball and a strike on him. Single his first time. Robbed of a knock his last trip to the dish by Chris Clark.
And I tell you what, this is beautiful. Kyle Field being lit up with all these flashlights.
It's not even time for yellow yet.
Still a 1-2 count on Cruz. Former Nationals minor leaguer here in his 3rd World Tour. And I don't think I'm saying anything new to the vast majority of our offense, or our audience rather, but this is one of the fan favorites here in Banana Land. As he bounces that past the glove of Justice, Luter's able to clean it up. Heads up play by Sunshine to close the frame.
The Texas Tailgaters are just a gritty bunch of guys representing the Lone Star State. You've seen the 2-run ball force Brett from Jordan Hussein in the last half inning. Right there, Jonathan Sunshine Luters picks up one of his really good friends, backing up Taylor Justice in the shovel pass to get an important out number 3.
I've got that as a 3-4-3 putout.
Correct, that's what I have as well.
You don't see that every night at the ballpark. And you don't see ballparks like this very often. Kyle Field, the 6th largest stadium on planet Earth. Host to over 102,000 fans here tonight. The biggest game in banana ball history. So far, Texas Tailgaters domination. Something special is happening down on the field. Let's take a peek.
Stay a little while longer, pull you a little stronger. Still they tell us to go. And as the night gets colder, I pull you in closer to show you what these hands are for. I'm talking, oh, I do anything to make you smile for me again. Oh, I've been drinking single for a while, but now I'm 2-stepping into trouble. It ain't a buzz, it's something in the whiskey, or is it love? I'm pouring up a double just to be sure. Either we go my place or yours. I'm 2-stepping into trouble. I'm 2-stepping into trouble. I'm 2-stepping into trouble. I'm 2-stepping into trouble. I'm a man on a mission, making bad decisions. I ain't too drunk or close. You're my blue Jeep, baby, driving me crazy. Hop in my 4x4, 2 seats, let's roll. I do anything to make you smile for me again. I've been drinking single for a while, but now I'm 2-stepping into trouble. It ain't a buzz, it's something in the whiskey, or is it love? I'm pouring up a double just to be sure. Either we go my place or yours. I'm 2-stepping into trouble. I'm 2-stepping into trouble. I'm 2-stepping into trouble. I'm 2-stepping into trouble. I'm 2-stepping into trouble.
Performing their brand new single called 2-Steppin'. Make some noise for Adrian Nunez and Diplo.
How about that for a halftime show? Diplo and Adrian Nunez. What a combo. You get a DJ from Tupelo, Mississippi, together with a Dominican-American kid from Brooklyn who happened to play basketball at Michigan. You've got yourself a country pop EDM banger.
Sounds pretty much like it was tailor-made for Banana Ball to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been following Adrian Nunez on TikTok for about 5 years.
Oh, you're an OG.
Yeah, I've been a fan of his music for a while. To see him come out in a Texas Tailgaters uniform is a really, really, really cool, man, especially here again in the home of the 12th man, the biggest banana ball game of all time at Kyle Field.
Get some pyrotechnics involved as well. This has been an extremely special night so far, especially for those Tailgaters playing host to the Bananas here in their home state, as Kyle Martin fouls off the fastball from Connor Harris. Tailgaters won each of the first 3 innings. Bananas have put up 2 runs in a frame twice. They have 1 run here in the 5th. So far, they have not been able to turn it into a point. Oh, 2. And a swing and a miss. Connor Harris sits down the hottest man in the sport, as Kyle Martin His 6th trip to the plate this weekend finally does not pick up a hit.
And I'm telling you, the recipe doesn't need to change right now for the Bananas. The high heater, it's always playing, and you get that signature strikeout celebration from Connor Harris. He is one of 7 Bananas pitchers with a strikeout rate of 20% or better this season. The league average right now sits at 16%.
This was a reloaded pitching staff through that Banana Ball player draft back on November 13th. 8 out of the 11 picks were arms. Harris, the Bananas' 8th rounder, taken 60th overall out of Avon, Connecticut. 4 years at George Washington University, finished up with 2 years at Winthrop. As this one, a moon scraper, falls down without any fans making a play on it.
What about this guy, Jordan Barth? Woo. Now a 6-game hitting streak for him. Has hit safely in 11 of his last 12 games. Already got a single on his line tonight.
Big swing and a miss on the 3-1. The payoff pitch from Harris. That ball blasted. See you later. Holy moly. A lightning bolt into the seats, and this inning is tied.
A yeah for Jordan Barth. His 2nd of the regular season, but his 3rd of 2026. The man who had 19 pumps last year for the Sioux Falls Canaries pushes yet another inning for the Texas Tailgaters and their first home run in this ballgame in Kyle Field. I gotta hear from the man who got a perm last night, who is ready to play here in College Station.
Jordan, a new haircut, the perm is working. What's it like to hit a homer in front of the biggest crowd in Banana Ball history?
It was incredible. I mean, I was just trying to hit the ball. I've been getting my doors blown off all game, so.
He blew the doors off that belt, baby. Thank you so much, JB. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Rex Castillo. Golly, for a guy who's been getting his doors blown off, he's now 2 for 3 with a home run.
Yeah, right?
It's a high bar for Jordan Barth. Understandably so. One of the greatest baseball players in the history of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Started with his 6 years at Augustana University and then 3 years with the Sioux Falls Canaries out in the American Association. That is really good baseball. And a terror the whole time through, as it's a 2-2 count now on Taylor Justice. And the Bananas have blown all 3 of the inning leads they have had so far tonight.
And before Thursday night's game against the Tailgaters, they were leading the Banana Ball Championship League and being successful at holding inning leads. Now they have fallen behind the Party Animals, and they've had 4 straight innings in which they have had blown leads when it comes to these holds. That goes back to last Thursday in Navasota.
Well, that was the Bill Leroy home run in the 7th. They were not able to turn it into a point. And this ball is smashed out to right center field. Taylor Justice to the deepest part of the park. One hop into the seats might have robbed him of a triple. He'll have to be content with a ground rule double.
The only Tailgater entering tonight with a batting average of over 400. Continues his generational run. I can't wait to tell my children about 2026 Taylor Justice as he hits a ground rule double. Jacob Pippersick comes on the run from him and now represents the inning-winning run as Jason Art, you might have watched him on American Idol a few months ago, is not going to swing the stick here in spot of Jose Gonzalez.
2nd year as the leader of the Texas Tailgaters band and a dangerous bat off this bench. In fact, he has evolved from just a role player here in 2026. Jason Art, 3 walk-offs on the year, 3 doubles. Cooled off a little as of late, but he has a lot of pop in that swing, as he can't connect on the bender from Harris, and back to the dugout.
Yeah, that's what's plaguing Jason Arndt right now. In the month of April, he struck out in 64% of his plate appearances. And you see him trying to make contact with that breaking ball from Connor Harris and going down whiffing. So now things are in the hands of Mac Danford, who already has a walk-off and a run batted in tonight for the Gators.
And he might have another. Racing around third is Jacob Pippersick. The throw from Cox is nowhere near in time. The Tailgaters erupt for 2 runs and walk off the bottom of the 4th. Mac Danford, have yourself a night.
The pride of Grand Ridge, Florida, Mac Danford, a couple of walk-offs. After that, yeah, from Jordan Barth. Hum now, Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, will all members of the United States military, both past and present, please rise. Please welcome our flyover crew from the 80th Flying Training Wing at Shepherd Air Force Base. Please join the Tailgaters and Bananas in honoring the men and women that serve this great nation as we salute our hometown heroes of the night. We thank you for your service and commitment to our great country. To our police officers, to our firefighters, to our nurses, to our EMS workers, to our dispatchers, and to our school teachers. The Tailgaters and Bananas say thank you so much.
Welcome back to Banana Ball Live on ESPN. What a weekend it has been for the Texas Tailgaters. 2 nights ago in the first pop-up game in the history of Banana Ball. Ball game that was announced at 3:30 p.m. Eastern for a 7 p.m. first pitch. And change that to Central, everybody, for historical sake, as it's a 1-2 count on DR Meadows. Make it 2-2. Christian Davis out for a second inning of relief. Tailgaters skunked the Bananas 5-0 at Navasota High School. Now they're up 4-0 and soft contact, and that's going to be an infield single for DR Meadows. A patented DR Meadows knock right there, even though he is not 100% when it comes to running.
And when DR Meadows is at his very best, he's doing exactly that. He's getting those singles, sneaking them up the middle, in the 6 hole, and beating ground balls out. I know that's a great effort from Jordan Hussein. Probably not going to beat DR at first there anyway. And now Bryce Grisafi will come in and run in place of DR.
The Bananas designated runner used for the 3rd time tonight. Designated runner can be used 1 time every trip through the order. This is the 3rd time through the lineup for the Bananas, as they've reached their 6-hole hitter, Ryan Cox. A pair of ball 4 sprints tonight, and he finds himself ahead. 3 balls, no strikes. That one just missed a hair high, according to Vincent Chapman. And right down the chute. There is 3 ball 4 sprints for Coxie on the evening. Now 5 on the weekend. It's just remarkable for the 5-year Banana, as Grisafi goes first to 3rd and Christian Davis in some trouble.
Yeah, and unusual to see Davis fall behind in counts like that. His ball 4 sprint rate is just at 5.4%. That is 7th best out of 43 qualified pitchers. And it puts him in a tricky situation with the Alexiadis up 2 for 2 tonight.
A 2-run homer in the 2nd, a single in the 4th. And that ball high out to center field. Indiana Stanley's got a cannon. He's going to tip it, and it's going to be a tip trail sacrifice fly. So Indy deemed he was not going to have a chance to gun down Grisafi at the dish. Seeded the run, grabs the trick play instead, tipping it to Jason Arendt.
I think that is wonderful, wonderful feel there from Indiana Stanley. Knowing that you're probably that far out, we talk about how deep center field is, not going to have a chance at the plate with such a plus runner in Bryce Grisafi. Still adding another one to the trick play count. 10-4, the Tailgaters lead that category.
Bouncing ball. Hussein between the legs. Looters does the same. It is the third double play turned by the Tailgaters tonight. They've picked up 5 trick plays on them.
How about that? As you mentioned it, the third double play, but the second double trick play, double play. Book it from the 2 boys in blue and orange who lead the Banana Bowl Championship League in trick plays, Sunshine and Jordan Hussein.
And a 2-minute and 48-second frame for Christian Davis, the fastest of the night for any pitcher.
Take a look at trick play rate entering tonight. The Texas Tailgaters averaging 11 trick plays a game. That leads the Banana Ball Championship League. The Savannah Bananas at 9.5 per game. That's the second most in the league.
And now, including tonight, the Tailgaters have gotten double-digit trick plays in 13 out of their last 14 games they played. The only game they got single-digit trick plays, the only game they gave up the Equalizer Point this year. They have been trick play machines. Averaging 11 trick plays a game is either going to negate the Equalizer Point or it's going to win you as the away team. And now Jonathan Sunshine Looters, who's such a trick play king, leading the league in that category, is going to go up to the dish and hit on his unicycle.
How about the balance and athleticism on display from the kid out of Linfield, Massachusetts? This is going to be a tough play. Oh, Jonathan Looters, you are ridiculous. His 3rd hit on the unicycle this year. Make it 4.
He's gotten 3 singles and a double on that unicycle this year. The 5th time he's reached as he also reached on an error. Sunshine has been a sensation on that unicycle. And I got one more fun one for you. He has never struck out in his Banana Ball career when hitting on a unicycle.
I mean, you have got to be kidding me. Couldn't have put it in a better spot. Right between Cox and KJ.
I'm going to tell y'all a secret between me, you, and God. I was really hoping he'd leave the yard here with that short left field porch.
He wasn't too far from it. 3 balls and no strikes. Well, now on Indy.
That's exactly why you send him up. You don't get to use him as your designated fielder the rest of the night, but it's one of those moments that you never forget, especially if you're a big fan of the Texas Tailgaters, who are continuing to roll offensively. Stanley, a ball 4 sprint, and now guys on the corners for the Gators.
You talked about relinquishing those inning leads for the Savannah Bananas 90 feet away. And they'll blow another one here as Indiana Stanley seen that one really well. A 4-pitch ball 4 sprint. And now Jordan Hussein, who has 2 of those, comes up to the dish.
And each ball 4 sprint for Hussein has driven in one of his teammates so far tonight.
And had one of the most exciting plays in the sport, a 4 baseball 4 sprint his last time up.
Yeah, only the 3rd we have seen so far this season. This is game 47 across Banana Ball in 2026. Indy off for second. Good scoop by Bill, no throw. So Stanley, his 3rd steal in as many tries this year. That takes the double play out of effect. And the inning winning run in scoring position. Ball and 2 strikes on Jordan.
Rack has come, Coach Robert Anthony Cruz has come all the way in on the infield now. A 5-man infield here for the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, just Alexiadis and Hosley in the outfield. And this one driven out to center. Super-Reese leaping catch. What a play! He shows off the howitzer going a 3rd, not in time. It's a sacrifice fly. The inning is tied. But Alexiadis saved the frame for now for the Bananas. If he doesn't make the catch, the Tailgaters are up 5-0.
And you see why he wears the cape for the Savannah Bananas. I mean, he is soaring in the air to make that catch up against the barricades and the netting. A would-be walk-off turns into a sac fly for the Tailgaters. And now good wood from Nick Lopez back at the top of this order, but a rocket foul.
That one plunks Lope as he reaches for the 2nd time tonight.
Oh yeah, just a bender that caught him on the thigh. Not going to do anything other than make you mad because you don't get to hit. Zach Watson now an opportunity to earn his 2nd walk-off of the ball game.
Watson won the 2nd inning for the Tailgaters with the ball 4 sprint. That's sandwiched between a strikeout and flyout. And he is tied up on the fastball. It's fastball, 12-6 knuckle curve. That's what Lopez was just hit with, and a kick change for Connor Harris. Lopez off for second. Throw from Bill Leroy, and Lopey's in a pickle. Oh no, and now we've got Indy caught between third and home, and KJ in control of the run. Down, Leroy puts the tag on. Good base running by Lopez to take Stanley's spot at third.
That's a risk you'll take with one or less outs and up 4-0. Really good first and third play. Nick Lopez initiating the pickle. You've seen Indy get about halfway down the third base line. Even better play by the captain, Bill Leroy, to get the out.
But the Bananas now get to bring the infield back. They are keeping Robert Anthony Cruz in the infield, so 5 infielders still. And Zach Watson is down to his final strike. Bender just misses wide.
And Nick Lopez only 90 feet away, but 1 strike away from the Bananas at least pushing this inning.
Deuce is wild. Chopper Harris makes the stab, flips it over to Ziegler. No funny business, just making sure that they survive the 6th inning without ceding a point. But it is another Savannah Bananas inning lead that has been blown. 4 of them now on the night as the Tailgaters still lead 4-0 now through 6 innings of action.
And this is intriguing. The clock now under 22 minutes. You see the guys right back out there on the field. Tailgaters lead it 4-0. Also lead the trick play battle 12-4. As now our owner and creator of Banana Ball, Jesse Coles, on the field.
He just did the hardest and most difficult walk-up in history, and started all the way in the upper deck and went around the entire stadium. The world's longest walk-up. Let's hear it for Ty Jackson.
Wow, one of the most raucous ovations from the crowd so far tonight. Appreciating the over 5,000 steps, and I mean that in the literal sense. Steps that Ty Jackson had to climb and descend here in Kyle Field.
If I'm Ty Jackson, I'm swinging for the fences. I don't want to run anymore. This one dribbled on the ground. Hussein, another trick play for the Texas Tailgaters. And Ty Jackson, after going all around Kyle Field, unfortunately grounds out in this pinch hit at bat.
Still a hard 90 from that guy, though. You gotta respect it, man.
I mean, the legs have to feel like jello right now.
That's effort. That's energy. That's what Coach Reginald Horton asked from the Savannah Bananas before the game tonight.
Well, they've gotten effort and energy. They have not gotten results. The Bananas are down 4-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. Max Young Goldberg for his effort in his lone plate appearance, a solo home run.
Seen that just popped up on your screen. Jordan Hussein and Jonathan Luters have combined for 10 of the 13 trick plays. But as Josh mentioned, when Sonny hit on that unicycle, he is now no longer the designated fielder. Mac Danford playing second base now for the Texas Tailgaters.
Full count from CD to MJG. And he will earn the ball for sprint, while 7 fielders behind Davis and Porter touch the ball to make it live. And young Goldberg, respecting the Tailgater sprint defense, takes just 90 feet. It's a nice game offensively from the Banana Ball rookie in the 10-hole so far tonight. And with the pride of Palo Alto, California on first, the kid out of Largo, Florida digs back in for his 4th plate appearance. 0 for 3 so far is Dan Oberst, and make it 1 for 4. Shoots that through the right side. Manners have 2 on now with 1 away.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time for Dan Oberst to get a knock in this game. When the Bananas have played as the away team, he has been the guy who has been the nucleus of the offense. Batting .417 with 3 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 6 runs batted in. And now just keeping the line moving for Kyle Jackson, an MVP front runner this year.
Yeah, KJ's numbers ridiculous, leading or at least tied for the Bananas lead with his 3 home runs. That's with Oberst himself, as Hussein has some trouble with it, still turns 2. 4th double play twisted by the Tailgaters tonight. Hussein's been a part of 3 of them.
You think Jordan Hussein can't get in any better, and then he just does. A 6-3 double play. The Texas kid says welcome to the Lone Star State.
Days get dark. If you're bored and your mind starts changing, maybe just give me a head start. 'Cause I see the glass in your eye, just trying to keep it alive, for crying out loud. Come on, Sally, that feeling's coming around. Please don't go falling in love and disappear when the wine runs out. Come on, Sally, I'll buy a couple of rounds. Please don't go falling in love, then disappear when the wine runs out. Hey there, little miss. Would you like to be my Sally this evening? All right, everybody can be my Sally. Let's go, y'all ready? Oh, snap, here we go again. I'm falling head first. Sally makes my head hurt. Her through the grapevine, she could be a diva. Hot like Minnesota, hotter than a fever.
To the bottom of the 7th we go here in Kyle Field. The largest crowd in Banana Ball history, over 102,000 fans, have so far seen Texas Tailgaters dominance as the Bananas go to their sophomore, Kelsey Whitmore, who has been perfect across 2 2/3 innings so far this year.
Yeah, making her 9th appearance of the 2026 World Tour. She's played in the Pacific Association, the Atlantic League, the Pioneer League, and now she is dominating Banana Ball in her 2nd year with the guys in yellow. And goes after Kyle Martin with her very first pitch, and this one out of play and not hauled in by the fans.
Big boppers here for the Tailgaters, 3, 4, and 5 in the lineup. Martin, Barth, and Justice. As Kmart lofts this right side. Olsen and Hosley converging. Jackie makes the catch, backpedaling. Nice play from the great 8. That's going to be it for Kelsey Whitmore.
Yeah. Great play there by Jackson Olsen. Play looked a lot more difficult than he made it look, I should say. Again, great backpedaling play in that large foul territory right there, finding his way towards the foul line. Jacob Bazela is going to come in after that out by Kelsey Whitmore. This has been a dude who was incredible to start the year, then gave up 3 runs in Chapel Hill to the Texas Tailgaters. You see that opponent's batting average, Josh Zalewski, 167, and as you would note, the lowest in the whole league.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal for the Bananas, a guy they snagged in the 10th round of the Banana Ball player draft. He's got a 113 MPI plus as well, meaning he has been 13% faster than the tour average arm this year, which you really love to see out of a rookie arm.
Ball and 2 strikes on Jordan Barth. A single and a home run on his ledger tonight, as the count evens up at 2 and 2. Bazela out of North Huntington, Pennsylvania. 5-pitch mix, fastball about 88 to 92. As this one is flipped into the seats. Still waiting for our first foul ball to be caught by the largest crowd in Banana Ball history.
Yeah, we've seen 26 fan-caught foul balls this season. We're up to 315 all-time, and 14 of them have come here in football stadiums. And no fan out for Jacob Bazela. Instead, a punch out and a dance on the pitcher's mound, something that he has been incorporating a whole lot of.
That's just good old country hardball. Fastball at the knees. As Bazela stumbles off the mound, it just misses low with the heater to Taylor Justice. 2 for 3, a double. The walk-off single that won the first inning. Look out! Oh no, our director of creative content, Ivan Trezak, tried to skip rope. I think that got him in the shins.
Ivan is an iron horse.
Yeah, I may have to massage my roommate later tonight. Work on that for him as Justice yanks this foul. Gotta take care of my guy. It's one of my groomsmen. Roller to Cox. Between the leg transfer. Ziegler behind the back. Double trick play from the Keystone State connection for the Nanners. Behind their Pennsylvania kid on the bump as Bazela puts up a 0 with Kelsey Whitmore as well. Let's take a look at tonight's smooth plays of the game, brought to you by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And it is this unbelievable Tailgaters defense. In specific, Looters and Hussein up the middle, they have combined for double-digit trick plays as the Bananas are in a tough spot trying to earn the equalizer point. With Easton Parrish, the Texan himself, getting a lead off this 8th inning against Christian Davis, out for his 4th inning of relief, as that is not comfortable for Taj Porter. Checked on by Vincent Chapman, but the man out of Mandeville, Louisiana, looks no worse for wear. As Easton Parrish out of Lavernia, Texas, ahead 3-1. The Bananas' 7th round draft pick, snagged as very pricey insurance for Bill Leroy, but this is a guy who can absolutely sting the banana ball. As he spoils this 3-2 offering, he was tearing it up through spring training and is just yet to get his first start, getting sparing pinch hit opportunities. As that one up the middle, diving stop, Danford, Easton Parrish, the perfect place for his first career banana ball hit. He does it in Kyle Field in front of over 100,000 fans.
That's a deep sigh of relief for Easton Parrish, and one heck of an effort by Mac Danford ranging up the middle. I mean, this guy's a natural corner infielder making a tremendous play at second. Nonetheless, Parrish with his first knock, and Robert Anthony Cruz is leaving the yard yet again against the Texas Tailgaters.
Coach Rex, our kryptonite. I mean, that's the 3rd time in the last 5 games that Robert Anthony Cruz has went deep against the Texas Tailgaters. The first home run he's hit off a tailgater this year, not named Reese Miller.
Right, and the first time it didn't happen in the 9th inning to tie the game. So,
if there is a silver lining for those Tailgaters fans out there.
Oh boy, 2-run Jimmy Jack for Rack, his 2nd hit of the night. Tell you what, the Bananas offense has been doing their part. It's their vaunted pitching staff that has not been able to hold up their end of the bargain. This is the Bananas squad leading the tour in minutes per inning, ERA, SHIP, which is sprints and hits per inning, strikeouts per ball for sprint allowed, as that's going to be fielded between the legs. Jordan Hussein put another on the docket for Fiverr.
Bucket! I've never seen Jordan Hussein as hyped up for a banana ball game as he was today. And that's even more so than the 2 games he played in his hometown of Houston, Texas last year, just 13 miles from his house. 102,000 people representing the state of Texas here in Texas for the Tailgaters. As this one's hit left side, Jordan Barth trying to track it down. Oh, JB! That might have been the play of the night. Trick play number 15. Book it for out number 2.
Swirling in foul territory, and he makes the catch to finally retire Ryan Cox tonight. You just see what makes the Texas Tailgaters in a league of their own this season in banana ball. There is nobody who puts the pedal to the metal when it comes to trick plays like these guys.
2-1 count on Reese Alexiadis. Having a heck of a ball game. 2-run homer back in the 2nd. Laser beam single in the 4th. Sacrifice fly in the 6th. He has driven in 3. And launches this out to left field. It is a 2-homer ball game for Super Reese.
Three-one count. Christian Davis just trying to stay in the strike zone against Super Reese. And Alexiadis makes him pay. The first multi-homer game in his illustrious banana ball career. And I'm telling you, this guy, there's nobody better at batting in football stadiums than the Banana center fielder tonight.
Maybe he should stay in the 7 hole instead of hitting 2nd. I don't actually believe that. That's just said in jest. Jackson Olsen, high to the fans. And still no foul ball caught by the fine folks in College Station so far tonight. Olsen looking to get off the schneid. 0 for 3 so far. Strikeout and a couple ground outs. And bounces it to Danford. Between the legs twice over to first. Trick play for Big Mac. And it is 16-6 in trick plays. I'd say the equalizer point is out of the equation for the Bananas. But the best offensive inning yet. They put 3 on the board and have a golden opportunity to finally claim a point.
Something about that second base position tonight for the Texas Tailgaters, having a whole lot of trick plays up. But as you mentioned, long ball go boom. Coach Rack and Reese Alexiadis there playing 3 in the top half, and now the Bananas are right back out here in the home half of the 8th. Jacob Bazela picking up the banana ball yet again in his 2nd inning of work.
Jose Gonzalez Jr. giving his home state fans an opportunity. And they're going to say that one was juggled and caught, so it's not an out. It's got to be a clean catch. Another life for brother. The pride of Spring, Texas. He was in the Houston Astros minor league system last summer. Competed in the American Association as well. He's found his way back to Banana Land after he was a 2020 collegiate Banana and played in the first Banana Ball game ever back on June 26th, 2020. 2-2 count on Gonzalez. Chopper to Olsen, fielded between the legs, flips it right back through the wickets. And a big out for Bazela to get things going here in the home half of the 8th.
And the Bananas, even though they're kind of out of this trick play race, they're still trying to put on a show for the fans tonight here in College Station. And Jacob Bazela, finally a guy who is figuring out how to keep this Gators offense off the board. As dating back to our game at Navasota High School on Thursday night, the Texas Tailgaters had scored in 8 consecutive innings against the Savannah Bananas before they were finally held scoreless in the 7th.
I'll tell you who cannot be contained. Mac Danford. Have yourself a night in College Station. 3 for 3 with a ball 4 sprint.
And that was his first base hit that didn't resort in a walk-off because nobody was on base. And the Tailgaters trailed 3-0 in the inning.
But Danford sets the table for his boys at the bottom of the order. Here's Taj Porter. Dangerous bat lurking in the 8 hole. Fooled on the fastball. Count even at 1-1. Another opportunity for the folks in the seats. And they come up empty.
Look like they're trying to use a hat there. Really need you to bring your glove if you come to a banana ball game.
Relentlessly resourceful, but not getting the result that we need. Taj ball 4 sprints in both his plate appearances so far tonight, as Danford's off on the pitch, but Porter had to spoil the 2-strike offering. Tell you what, when it comes to Mac Danford too, what a super sub. He's not been playing, at least offensively. He has been playing a lot of defense recently, but he's 12 for 13 on trick plays now with the one he just grabbed in the top half, as this one's tomahawked off the net out in left center. Danford got a great read on it. He's going to go first to third as Porter is aboard for his 3rd time tonight.
What about Rack? Playing that one off the wall out there in left center field. Cheetah jump throw back into the infield.
Oh boy. When in East Central Texas, as Derek Jeter has said many times. Little looper, diving play, Ryan Cox, the glove magician, a magical snag.
I'm telling you, you can talk about the trick plays all you want. He's Banana Ball's all-time leader, but he is such an elite shortstop when it comes to his defensive abilities. An excellent play from Coxie. Nonetheless, the Gators bats continue to hack it against Jacob Azala, and Hussein will extend his hitting streak and tack on a 4th run batted in tonight.
And that, if you count up the bottom 4 guys on the lineup, they have knocked in a combined 6 guys here tonight.
Remarkable production from the boys at the bottom of this Tailgaters lineup, as Nick Lopez wishes he had that one back. Less than a minute and a half on our 2-hour timer. If it runs out before we get out of the 8th inning, this will be our final inning played tonight. And the strikeout from Bazala on the changeup gets the Bananas their first point of the ball game. It is 4-1 Texas going to the 9th.
So I need everybody here to get up on your feet and get those flashlights out. All around the stadium, we're going to light up the Texas sky. And now if you would all please join in with us singing as loud as you can, a little Friends in Low Places.
The last one to know, the last one to show, I was the last one you thought you'd see there. And I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes when I threw these glass of champagne. I toasted you and said, honey, we made it, girl, but you'll never hear me complain.
Let me hear ya!
Heading to our final inning tonight here in Kyle Field. We cut the lights and the 102,000 fans lit up the sky themselves. An unbelievable scene here in the heart of Aggieland. Texas Tailgaters lead 4-1 going to our last inning, where every run scored counts as a point. The Savannah Bananas have 9, 10, and 1 in their lineup due to swing it. Danny Hosley, Max Young-Goldberg, and then at the top, Dan Oberst. And the Bananas do still have their golden batter, which means they can hit anyone in their lineup at any point in time.
And this is a team that has scored some clutch come-from-behind wins this season, including against the Texas Tailgaters. No team better than the Bananas in the 9th inning as they are batting .297 as a team. But they've got to face off against one of the best closers in the sport. Reese Miller, 3 saves in 5 opportunities.
How cool is this closer walk-in? Absolute full-body chills in the home of the 12th man. Reese Miller, a native of Houston, Texas. Went to college at West Texas A&M, got to return home, and when he played in Amarillo last week in 20 minutes where he played college ball at West Texas A&M, and a get-right outing from him. Going 3 up and 3 down on Sunday afternoon, earning the win, not the save, but the win for the Texas Tailgaters on Sunday. And an opportunity here with the Bananas scoring that point in the 8th is a save opportunity here in the top of the 9th in his home state. 14 strikeouts, only 6 ball, 4 sprints. You see that ERA though. He has been plagued by the long balls, specifically Robert Anthony Cruz. Be interesting to see, down by 3 points here in a football stadium, the same exact scenario we've seen at UNC. If he can right his wrongs here against the Bananas and sweep the Savannah Bananas here this weekend in Texas.
You've truly seen a fair share of home runs allowed from Miller, but a lot of strikeouts as well, a 27.5% strikeout rate, 2nd best among all pitchers in Banana Ball. And opponents batting .214 against him, but the Bananas, they are the only team batting over .300 against Reese Miller.
Fastball misses to Danny Hosley. It's a 5-pitch mix. The heater sits 92 to 95. The slider is his best pitch. He'll throw it about 88% of the, or 80% of the time rather, when it's cooking. And Hosley gives the Nanners exactly what they need, a base runner.
And how about Haas? 0 for 2 tonight. Ty Jackson into the spot last time up, grounded out. And we talked about how Hosley maybe hadn't been his best self at the dish right now. Gets a leadoff single. Bryce Grisafi now runs it first.
Now Max Young-Goldberg. A homer and a ball 4 sprint earned. Those are 2 guys who competed in the Pioneer League last year. Reese Miller was the reliever of the year. Max Young-Goldberg set the RBI record with 130 stakes. But they never faced each other. This is only the 2nd time they've battled here in their Banana Ball career. Reese Miller won round 1, but he's behind 3 balls and no strikes this time. Ball 4 brings the game's tying run to the dish. And it's right down Broadway at the knees. That's ball 4, it misses up. Grisafi is going to go 1st to 3rd. Good sprint defense once again by the Tailgaters. Young-Goldberg content with just 1 base. And here at the top of the order, Dan Oberst, one of the most dangerous hitters in the history of the sport, represents the tying run with no outs. It's just 185 feet to the left field pole. Dan singled his last time. He was hitless before that. And he's ahead 2-0.
Dan now finds himself in a 2nd straight weekend with an opportunity to hit a game-tying home run in the 9th inning.
Oh, golly. Tried to hit it to the softball field. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. It is filthy. And the count goes full. Ball 4 will score at least 1. Everybody on the edge of their seats here in Kyle Field. The payoff pitch, fouled away. Miller went to the slider, Oberst able to spoil it. Another payoff. That ball blasted deep out to right center field. Long run. Zach Watson tracks it down. Grzaffi will score easily from third. But if you're the Texas Tailgaters, you trade that run for an out. And it looks like we're about to get a golden batter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Savannah Bananas are invoking the golden batter rule. Getting in the place of Kyle Jackson is the Savannah Bananas golden batter. Please welcome Reese Superman Alexiades.
The plot thickens. Super Reese Alexiades. 3 for 3 with 2 home runs. 4 runs driven in so far tonight. Takes his turn representing the game's tying run. And that one off the glove of Taj Porter. That is massive. Pass ball, Young Goldberg up to second. That takes the double play out of effect.
The game-ending potential double play.
Another battle between Pioneer League legends. Talked about Reese Miller, last year's reliever of the year. Alexiades, the 2023 MVP. Front door slider as Miller jumps back ahead. And this one bounced to Danford. He bodies it over to first in time. The Bananas down to their final out as Young Goldberg advances to third.
And what a big play from Mac Danford, just getting that whole frame in front of the banana ball, knocking it down, and not rushing himself to retire Alexiades. Now it is all up to Bill Leroy, whose home runs this season have all come against the Texas Tailgaters. And he is 3 for 3 with a ball 4 sprint when batting in the 9th inning this season. Nobody better right now for the Savannah Bananas.
1-0 count on the team captain and 9-year veteran. Had a solo home run Thursday night. Fastball well up. 2-0. Slider gets the outside corner. Over 102,000 fans, nearly everybody on their feet here in Kyle Field. That bender misses up. Ball 4 will make this a 1-point game. Slider misses. Late call from Vincent Chapman. Bill Leroy really did not have a chance to get a good jump on that, but it does make this a 4-3 ball game with the tying run now on first and Robert Anthony Cruz, who has 2 9th-inning game-tying home runs this year off Reese Miller at the dish.
You have to wonder if lightning could possibly strike 3 times. And this one wouldn't just tie the game. It would be a go-ahead shot for Rack.
It was a 2-run homer for Cruz an inning ago. Fouls that off of himself.
How poetic is this? In Banana Ball's biggest game ever, a rivalry between Reese Miller and Robert Anthony Cruz could potentially further the game or end it. The Banana Ball Open, Rack takes him deep in the 9th inning, and then in showdowns, Reese Miller gets a showdown shutdown en route to the Tailgaters, winning the Banana Ball Open and clinching a playoff spot 6 months early.
High fly ball, straight away. Jose Gonzalez Jr., the Texas kid, puts it away. And the Tailgaters win the biggest Banana Ball game of all time. They hold on 4-3 winners.
if you're gonna come to Texas and you're gonna come at the king of Texas, you better not miss. For the first time ever, the Texas Tailgaters have swept the Savannah Bananas here in the Lone Star State, winning the smallest banana ball game of all time and the biggest banana ball game of all time in the same weekend here in East Central Texas.
The Tailgaters' reward is a dance in front of over 100,000 fans. A hard-fought victory. They were up 4-0 through 5 innings. Denied the Bananas a point in the 6th. We're up 4-1 going into the 9th. It stranded the game-tying run on first. The go-ahead run in the box. As here's Jesse Cole.
And let's hear it for the Savannah Bananas! Fans, it was years ago that we had dreams of playing and entertaining in front of this many fans, and you made so many of our dreams come true. This was a historic night, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate the love, the support, and bringing the electricity tonight. We're not done yet. We're going to finish with one tradition, but just know how much we love you. We appreciate Texas A&M. Did you guys have fun tonight? All right, we're going to have the captain of the Bananas, who's been with us for many, many years, who's been across this whole journey. He's going to break us down and close us down tonight.
What's up, A&M? I knew you guys would like that. To be completely honest, right now, it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating because we played terrible. We did not have a good game tonight. I didn't play very well tonight. But looking around this ballpark, it's really hard to stay mad for very long because there's a really cool thing happening here. There's 100,000 people in one place with a bunch of smiles and a bunch of joy, all sharing the same ballpark, and people are coming together. And that's way more important than a baseball game or a banana ball game. So thank you guys for sharing this space with us tonight. It has been a long, crazy journey, but it warms my heart to see all of you people here. And thank you for believing in this thing for so long and making our dreams come true, getting to play in a ballpark like this. I'm gonna say it, you guys are the best fans across the entire country.
We will continue the post-game coverage on the Texas Tailgaters YouTube channel. For now, we will send you to SportsCenter here on ESPN. A big thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight to the biggest banana ball game of all time. For Rex Castillo, Sam Bauman, Josh Talevsky, Brett Loftus, our producer Chad Reese, and our executive producer Josh Richardson, I am Biko Scala saying so long for now and see you later!
Show!
We're not going anywhere!
Oh yeah!
You're gonna get two see you laters! No doubt. And if we were still on ESPN for that entire time, well, sorry, SVP or whoever's hosting SportsCenter.
That guy's got a shiny head.
Yes,
I love SVP, though. I love SVP.
Gosh, what a goat. Speaking of goats, we got to hear from our showman of the game, and for that, we'll get it on down to Rex Castillo.
Guys, thank you so much. Mac Danford, our showman of the game. You've been part of big wins, but have you ever been part of something like this with the biggest crowd in banana ball?
Oh, God, no. I've never been in front of 100,000 people in my life, probably combined.
Mac, you come in as a super sub after Sunshine goes on the unicycle for you, but also 4 wins against the guys in yellow. What does this mean for the Tailgaters having all this momentum?
I mean, it means everything. I mean, with a fan base like ours, I mean, we can really do anything. I feel like we can keep going. I mean, it doesn't stop here. Not only are we a family, but I mean, we're just a bunch of great ball players.
a bunch of great ball players that over 100,000 people witnessed. But of the 100,000 people that witnessed, we had a banana ball backstage question, kind of something off the top of the head. Do you know what your win-loss record is? Is it from an 11-year-old from banana ball backstage?
Sorry, buddy, I have no clue. We're just here to play ball, man. I mean, we're living the dream out here. But, I mean, all I can say is we just love this game, dude. I mean, there's nothing else really to say about it.
It's amazing, and I know we got to go, but hey, I know Mrs. Danford, you have to say something special to her, don't you?
Baby girl, happy birthday. Hey, I love you, sweetheart.
Hey, had to make sure we had to take care of the missus. Mac, thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
How cool is that? What a birthday present for you, Mrs. Eileen Danford. Your husband, Mac Danford, was the best player on a field that was in front of 102,000 people here in College Station. The home of the 12th man, well, it was number 11 for the Texas Tailgaters here tonight. What did he do? Oh, ball four sprint, walk-off single, and another base hit. He also came into second base when Jonathan Sunshine Lueders hit on the unicycle, played the final 3 innings defensively, and added 2 trick plays to his resume. Macadoodle, the pride of Grand Ridge, Florida, a place so small you could fit it in here about 10 times, was our showman of the night in the biggest banana ball game ever played.
And the Tailgaters knew this guy was going to need to be going for this offense to be fully complete. You saw them score in every inning but one tonight, and a key part of that was because of Mac Danford. They spent so much of spring training working on him and his swing to get him right. And tonight, the Texas Tailgaters are victorious here in College Station in front of the largest audience ever in a banana ball game.
Gotta hear from Big Yellow after this historic ball game. For that, we'll get it on down to Sam Bauman.
Guys, everything is bigger in Texas. Jesse's hats, the fans, 102,000. Jesse, can you put into perspective a dream that nobody else would have dreamt to do?
Yeah, this was wild. You know, you don't know what to expect coming into this, but seeing this stadium full, you know, an hour before the game, and the energy and the enthusiasm, there was an emotional moment for me when we went out in the pregame plaza party to see 40,000 fans out there, and we finished our big opening, and they didn't want to leave. They just stayed there, and they stayed there in appreciation for this. And for us and the effort that we've put in the 11 years and the journey to say that they just wanted to be a part of it. They didn't want to miss a moment. That was pretty special. And after a night like this, hey, this wasn't the best banana ball game. This was tough. But when you take a step back and look at the joy and the happiness, it's easy to realize that what we're building is special, and tremendously grateful for the fans and their support.
And talk about, you know, the impact of players. I was talking to Frankie Moscatello. He came down in the ninth inning. He said, I was in the crowd for 2.5 hours signing autographs today, being out there, making this is a big stadium. 102,000 is great, but to make sure 102,000 people go home and say, worth it. Worth it.
It was an emotional night, and you know, when Ty Jackson came down and he did the entire upper deck and up and down and up and down, and it was one of the hardest things he's ever done. And I just told him I loved him, and this place is built on love. And to see Frankie and so many players and the Tailgaters, you know, I know Brett Sanchez was up there. There's a lot of them up there a whole day. That's the commitment that these guys make, and I'm just so proud because they understand there's something more important than just what happens on the field. And that's why I got to take a step back, because yes, we didn't play the best banana ball game. It was sloppy. Their ball four sprints, we barely got the timing. It was a miracle. But again, there were moments being created all over the ballpark, and that's what matters most, and that's what makes me proud, and that's what I can take back from this, and that's why we're never going to stop this, man.
Jesse, finally here, what is it about Texas, about taking these risks in Texas from a pop-up game of 1,000 to 102,000 tonight, the biggest game ever?
Yeah, there's something about this state. You know, when we look at the support from around the country, Texas is right up there at the top. And, you know, the first time we went to Sugar Land, you know, many years ago, and I remember there were fans out there in the cold rain waiting at 9 a.m. to get in. There's a commitment, there's a passion, and we see that with fans everywhere. And, you know, we felt it tonight. And so, yes, to do the first ever pop-up game, 1,000 fans do it right before the largest and the biggest game in banana ball history says a lot. We're always going to think about those fans and give people an opportunity. And so 1,000, 102,000, there were a lot of memories, a lot of moments created, and especially for us as well.
Well, what a weekend it has been. Guys, put a bow on it for us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sam Bauman. Always great to hear from Big Yellow himself, Mr. Jesse Cole. as much of a reason that we all got to experience this magical night as anybody, as we bring you back inside the booth with Josh Chalevsky, Mr. Brett Loftus. I am Biko Scala. Again, thank you so much for spending Saturday night with us as well. This was a super ball game, especially for the Texas Tailgaters, who have now won 3 straight and for the first time ever swept the Bananas in Texas, and in dominating fashion with the 5-0 win 2 nights ago, and dominated this thing all the way up until things got a little dicey in the 9th, and Reese Miller was able to hold on.
There's so many firsts here. This is the first ever 3-game winning streak for the Texas Tailgater in their history. The first time they've ever swept the Savannah Bananas. The first time they ever won the biggest banana ball game ever. They won the first ever pop-up game on Thursday night, winning the smallest and the biggest banana ball games of all time within 48 hours of each other, albeit in their very own state. You don't name a team after such a state that carries the weight as the Texas Tailgaters if you're Jesse Cole, if you don't think they can have success in that state. We've proven success on the stands. We've proven success in the entertainment. But this weekend, the Texas Tailgaters wanted to prove that success in between the lines and did so against the namesake of the sport. 5-0 on Thursday and then 4-3 here tonight in the biggest banana ball game ever.
And after losing the first 3 battles between the Bananas and Tailgaters this year, going to the 2 games in the Open Final and the 2 games this weekend, the Gators have beat the Bananas 4 straight times.
Yeah, I think you could put all of the momentum the Texas Tailgaters have in the back of a pickup truck right now. It is unbelievable what they've been able to do. They're back to an even 500 record as well in the regular season.
That's right.
Again, they are still
back Danford, by the way. just let him know.
And this team, they're still playing for seeding. Let's not forget, they've clinched a playoff spot. They want to be the #1 seed, and they are starting to chip away at that, defeating the Bananas, who currently hold that 1 seed. So a big kudos to the Texas Tailgaters. And meanwhile, you focus on the Savannah Bananas. This is the first time since June 14th, 19th, and 20th that they have lost 3 straight ball games. That came back to 2025. So it's been a while since the Bananas have been in this kind of position, and it's certainly a wake-up call. And now they've got to see if they can get right next weekend in Atlanta against the Party Animals, and that was the only other team that has given them a headache this season. So the Bananas kind of in rocky waters right now, but I genuinely believe if they can get this offense going and straighten some things up on the pitching side as well, which was truly the downfall tonight, they'll be back in a solid place next weekend.
And the Nanners swept in this 2-game series as the away team. Will be the away team for all 3 games this coming weekend in Truist Park in Atlanta against those Party Animals. As you mentioned, the Party Animals and Coconuts still doing battle right now in Las Vegas. And let's get a look at our schedule for this upcoming weekend of action, because it is going to be a wild one. It's that 3-game series between the Bananas and Party Animals in Atlanta. And then how about it? The Tailgaters go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, the spot of one of the greatest banana ball games of all time, the fracas that created challenges back on the 2023 World Tour. That'll be a really cool series.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the Indianapolis Clowns again in person. The Tailgaters haven't seen the Clowns since the 2nd full series of the year, the 3rd weekend of the year in Round Rock, Texas. So it's going to be really cool. And how about another historic first? The first ever Tailgaters headliner not played in Texas. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Texans cross the northern border of Texas and go north to play in Oklahoma. And then Coconuts Firefighters going to Wichita. How about that, huh? I'm really fired up to watch that one as well. This is going to be 3 amazing series next weekend.
Yeah, I don't think you want to sleep on the Coconuts Firefighters series. I mean, both of these teams right now have pretty high-flying offenses. You could potentially see a single-game hits record broken between those 2 squads. So I'm really intrigued to see them match up yet again.
It's going to be another awesome weekend of banana ball. We will certainly be throwing on the Party Animals YouTube tonight to see this rubber match between the Coconuts and the Party Animals after Loco Beach went absolutely bonkers with a banana ball record 23 hits as they skunked the Party Animals. All right, we have to shut this thing down. We've got our wonderful folks in the control room. An hour in the future on the other side of the country in Savannah. They did a heck of a job tonight. Our broadcast directed by Chris Haynes. Thank you to everybody in that control room with Hainesy, and a big thank you to our entire crew here in College Station as well. What a weekend with what it took to put on the show Thursday night at Navasota High high school and then do it here in front of over 102,000 fans in Kyle Field.
There's a guy we don't shout out enough publicly on air, Sean McCluskey. Sean McCluskey, our lead engineer in BTV, made it happen at Navasota on Thursday night, made it happen for us here again today. Full teardown back in College Station at Kyle Field at 7 a.m. yesterday morning to set our broadcast up here. Sean McCluskey, the MVP this weekend, to make the pop-up game and the biggest game in Banana Ball history happen for us on BTV.
That's right. An upstate New York guy at that. Shout out Poughkeepsie, New York. Sean McCluskey, as good as they come. We are so thankful and blessed to have him on our side. And a big thank you to the rest of our crew here in Texas as well, for our executive producer, Josh Richardson, our producer, Chad Reese, our guys down on the field, Rex Castillo and Sam Bauman, my buddies in the booth, Josh Talevsky and Brett Loftus. I am Biko Scala saying so long for now. This coming Thursday night on the Firefighters YouTube channel and on the Tailgaters YouTube channel, you get some more Banana Ball, and then Josh and I will have Drake on Friday night on the Party Animals YouTube channel for 3 straight ball games. It's going to be a heck of a weekend. Can't wait to experience it with you. Until then, we will see you later!